and the other. So opening of third module is ensuring harmony in the family and society. Yes.
Sir, I am last one day session, I came to know that self is a tool to understand our body and surroundings. Okay, is it okay, sir? It is a tool?
Yeah, self understands.
Yes.
Self has the potential of understanding.
Okay, is it possible to compare the self with God?
What is the meaning of God?
God also, we cannot see God, and similarly self we cannot see. Self doesn't have any composition, God also doesn't have any composition.
We have discussed the composition of the self in the previous session.
Okay.
Right? Self is a unit. Self is a unit.
Okay.
See, what is happening today, if I can see something with the eyes of the body, so what I'm seeing with the eyes of the body is the form and the property. If I'm not able to see the form and property, I start believing that it doesn't exist. But are you existing or not?
Existing.
So I am there, right? We can understand the natural characteristics of the self. We can understand the inheritance of the self. So when we discuss the harmony in the nature, keep this question open. That time, you'll get some insight on this particular question.
Okay.
So the reality. The body is also reality. So when we say reality, which means something exists in a real fashion, is reality. Okay. And then about the God, keep this question also open. When we discuss harmony in the existence, we'll talk about the God.
Okay.
Question?
No.
13 and lecture number 14. I'll open up this lecture number 13, harmony in the family, the basic unit of human interaction. And if possible, today I'll just open up the discussions on understanding trust, and tomorrow we'll do the detailing on the trust. Okay? It's the same process. Don't assume whatever has been said is right, but then keep exploring yourself. See, this family is the basic unit or the building block of human organization. Interaction. It starts happening in the family, right? Then the child starts interacting with the nature, with the neighbor. Then the child go to the school. After completion of education, the child start going to the organization. So what is the first unit? The basic unit or the building block of human organization is the family. The trouble in the family is due to the lack of physical facility or due to the lack of fulfillment in relationship. Now we have talked about the prosperity also. So what do you think, that our family are prosperous or they are deprived? Prosperous. When it comes to the physical facility, we have more than our requirement. So that is not an issue for having the trouble in the interpersonal relationship, but the issue is that we are not being able to fulfill the expectations which are there in the relationship. Right? To live in the relationship, it is essentially required to understand relationship or not. Can you live in relationship without understanding relationship? To earn the physical facility, you have completed your education, then you cracked the interviews, you got the job, and till today you are putting efforts to earn the physical facility. So these many years you have invested and still investing to earn physical facilities. Tell me how many years you have spent in understanding relationship. how many years you have studied relationship, how many years you have spent in understanding relationship.
After UHV, we are going to spend for understanding it.
So it is essentially needed to understand the relationship, because understanding is the first priority. Understanding and then the relationship. So today and tomorrow we'll take little extended effort, one more efforts for understanding the relationship. Okay? When it comes to the relationship, there are these four statements, the four aspects of relationship. Number one, relationship is. What do you think? Relationship is or relationship is not? When we say relationship is not, which means you construct the relationship. Are you constructing the relationship or the relationship is there? What do you think? Are you building relationship or the relationship is? If you can build relationship, which means you can destroy the relationship. If you are a constructor, which means you can be a destroyer. Can you destroy relations? Can you break relations? Yes, no. Yes, very good. If you are saying you can break the relations, what you can do at the most? In the name of breaking relationship, you can block the other person on the Instagram and WhatsApp. Correct? You can block the number in the block list. If the other person is coming from this side, it's not required, but still you take the left turn and you move to the left. Why? Because you are thinking that if you avoid the physical interaction with any person, the relationship is not there. What do you think? This relationship is between a self and self or a body and body?
Self and self.
And by avoiding the bodily physical interaction, can this relationship get break?
No.
You start visiting all of your broken relations, right? See, if the relationship is completely broken, which means that particular person is not there in your imagination. That person is there in your imagination or not?
Yes.
Sometimes that person is bothering you or not?
Yes.
If that person is bothering you, which means he or she is there. So this relationship is between one self and the another self, or one body and the another body. Self or body and body? Are you sure? Then why in the matrimonial advertisement you give the descriptions of the body only? See, so much of confusion, right? The relationship is between self and self. The self has got this potential of understanding. The self has got this feeling of relationship. And in the matrimonial advertisements, what you are putting all the features of the body, because somewhere down the line, what we have assumed that I am the body and the other is also body. But that is what is my assumptions. What is the reality? I am a self and the other is also self, and the relationship is between one self and the another self and not between a body and body. There are feelings in relationship in one self for the other self. Do you have feelings in you for the others? Do you have feelings? You have? Okay. So you will be able to see that you have feelings in the self for the others. Similarly, the others also have feelings for you. if you have a feelings for the others, which means the other also have a feelings for you. Because you are also a human being and the other is also a human being. So the statement number 2, there are feelings in relationship in oneself for the other self. These feelings can be recognized, it can be identified, and these feelings are definite. So the feelings are definite, which means I can understand those feelings. If I can understand those feelings, which means I can live with those feelings. Statement number 4, their fulfillment and the evaluation leads to the mutual happiness, and these feelings are trust, respect, affection, care, guidance, reverence, glory, gratitude, and love. Now see, these 9 feelings are naturally acceptable to you or not. Respect, disrespect. Affection, jealousy. When you have these feelings in you, are you comfortable? With that comfort, when you interact with the other person, does the other person also gets in the comfort zone or not? If you lack this feeling, are you comfortable? And with that mindset, if you are interacting with the other person becomes happy or unhappy. So, having this feeling within and then fulfilling these feelings while in the interactions with the other makes you happy. Any question?
In this feeling, sir.
This feeling, sir, if relationship is there and we are showing feelings, and the feelings what you have within us, they are also having their own feeling within them. If expectations comes in, so what will be the situation, sir?
Very nice. Now start looking into this. What are you expecting from the other person? You are expecting feeling from the other person. And what sort of feeling you are expecting? You are expecting trust. You are expecting respect. You are expecting affection. You are expecting love. You are expecting guidance. You are expecting gratitude. So these are the expectations. When these expectations get fulfilled by the other, you are happy. When these feelings are there in you, you are happy. But if these feelings are not there in you and the other is giving these feelings to you and you do not have clarity about these feelings, will you be happy?
No.
So I need to have the clarity about these feelings. Right? I need to have what is the meaning of trust. If I do not know trust and then the other has trust for me, I won't be able to understand. I keep demanding for the trust, but I do not have the clarity on what is the meaning of trust. So in human-human interaction, in human-human relationship, we have expectations, but what are you expecting for? You are expecting for these feelings. What is the role of physical facility in this feeling?
No. Nothing.
There's a minimal role
Yes,
as a gesture, and only to fulfill this feeling of care, you need to have the physical facilities. Rest, all other feelings.
Really feelings.
How many years you have been married? Right? There's a possibility that you have been married for the 25 years, 30 years, 40 years. There's a possibility that you have been married for 6 months, 7 months. There's a possibility that you are living in the palace. There's a possibility that you have multiple, 3, 4, a big fleet of cars. All these possibilities there. But if these feelings are not there in the relationship, can you enjoy the family and can you enjoy the relationship?
No.
I'll share a story of one of my friend, right? Friend is, he's senior to me by age, getting into 75 now. His wife is 70. Like they have 2 kids. Their children are settled outside, settled abroad. This husband and wife, they live in a very posh colony in a like big bungalow. And just a couple of years ago, they have filed a case in the court for divorce. Like yes, if these feelings are not there, if these feelings are not getting fulfilled, then you doesn't feel even staying with that person. Being married to each other for past 35 years, the children are grown up. One of their son got already married and having a kid, and now this couple is fighting, and they file a case, for the divorce. So when these feelings are there, you are happy with them. When these feelings are not there, you are unhappy with them. Trust is the foundational value in the relationship. This is the foundation. As long as the trust is there, the two people, they enjoy the relationship. But the moment there is a breach of trust, you'll find that the relationship becomes like horrible things, becomes very terrible things. So the trust is the foundation and love is the complete value in the relationship. So which value is comparatively easy, the foundation or the complete? Trust is easy or the love is easy? Yeah, the complete value is easy or the foundation value is easy? Yeah. Can you have the complete value without foundation value? Can you love without trust? Can you love without respect? Can you love without affection? So what comes first is the trust. So the trust is the foundational value. Comparatively, it's easy to have this foundational value established in us. Complete value comes along with the completeness of right understanding within. So these values goes in the sequence. Right? These values goes in the sequence. We'll unfold each of these values. See, what is relationship is basically understanding relationship. Right? Along with understanding relationship, you start accepting the relationship. That acceptance part is also important. Take a very serious question to ourselves and ask this question: have I accepted my wife as my wife? Have I accepted my husband as my husband even today? Or till that acceptance part is not there? Am I able to accept my children as my children? Or that acceptance fluctuates? See, what happens, as long as you have that acceptance for the relationship, you are comfortable with each other. But if that acceptance is not there in the relationship, then there is possibility that you may staying together under one roof, but you are not living together under one roof. So there's a difference between staying together and living together. So take this very serious question to our own self. Have this acceptance? Acceptance for my mother, acceptance for my wife, acceptance for my children, acceptance for my brother, acceptance for my sister, or that acceptance is not there. Having an acceptance, this is a very important thing, and this acceptance comes along with understanding of relationship. So once you start understanding relationship, you have acceptance for the others. You accept other as a human being. You accept other as a relatives. With this acceptance, you have feeling of relationship in you. Correct? If you have feeling of relationship in you, are you happy? Yes. You are happy. Why you are happy? Because you have this feeling of relationship in you. This feeling that there in you, you can share this feeling with the other. When you share this feeling with the other also feels happy about it. And this leads to the mutual happiness. Correct? But to share the feelings with other, what is important thing? Need to have this feeling in you. To have this feeling in you, you need to understand these feelings. That's the reason it's important to understand the relationship, to live in relationship. So we'll take a try in this FDP also to understand the relationship today and tomorrow. We'll continue this discussion tomorrow as well. Okay? Let's talk about the first value, the trust. If the two people are fighting with each other, we just stand by around and try to listen what they are saying. Both of them, they will say, trust me. Right? They'll keep saying that, trust me, trust me. You just go and stop them and ask what is the meaning of trust. What is trust? There's a definition of trust on the screen, and see this definition is naturally acceptable to you or not. Trust means to be assured. To be assured. What assurance you want from the other? Your basic purpose, your basic desire is to have the continuity of happiness and prosperity. So as long as you have this assurance, you have this clarity that other wants to make you happy, other wants to make you prosperous, the trust is there. But the moment you have doubts on the wants of the other, mistrust. Correct? So what is the meaning of trust? The meaning of trust is to have the clarity that other wants to make me happy. If you have this clarity within you that other is wanting to make you happy, you have the trust in you. But if you have doubt, the trust disappears. Let us take this trust. We'll do this exercise in next 5 minutes and then we'll wander for the day. Explore the feeling of trust between the two individuals. For the past, till this session, I kept saying that talk about ourselves, but now please bring that other into this hall, because you have a lot of questions related to the others. Okay? Take this exercise, explore the feeling of trust within you. You are there as one person and there is other. Right? Think about the other as someone in your family, close friend, with whom you want to test the feeling of the trust. Okay? So you are there? Are you there? How many of us are here? All are there? Good. That other is also there with you? Very good. So now the participants number is multiplied by 2. Right? You are there and the others is there. Both are there. Let us ask this simple question. We did this exercise in introductory workshop also, but I'm repeating this exercise. Let's ask this simple question. You want to make yourself happy? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Do you want to make other happy?
Yes.
Yes, very nice. Any doubt here? I'm repeating the question. If any one of you has got any doubt, please let me know. Do you want to make yourself happy?
Yes.
No doubt? No confusion? It's very crystal clear? Very good. Clarity. What that clarity is, you want to make yourself happy and you want to make other happy. Right? No doubt at all. Let us assume about the other person. What do you think this other wants to make himself, herself happy? Yes? What do you think this other wants to make you happy? The other wants to make you happy?
They are they think the others make happy. That's it. You have to ask them first.
Yes.
Sir, the others' perspective. So when you are asking, sir, the others wants to make me happy. That we have to ask them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tonight, today evening when you go home, ask the others.
There is one assumption there, sir. If I think that I want to be happy, right? Okay. I want to make others happy. Okay. If that is the case, my assumption is they also want to make me happy.
Okay.
I'm confirmed with that.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Trust other that they are trying to make me happy, then that can be true.
Yeah.
If I trust him.
See, I'm just asking you a very simple question. What do you think that the other wants to make you happy or not?
Any expectation over others to make me happy.
Yeah, you're not keeping. I'm not asking about your expectation. I'm asking about the other, whether the other wants to make you happy or not.
That is, they are making me happy or not. I am in my own state. Then I will be happy.
Okay.
The person who is standing, we consider as others. Suppose if they are relatives, we can have the feeling of they will make us happy. If we don't know about the others, other than relatives, then it is not easy to understand they will make us happy.
Yeah, but here that other is the one who is there sitting with you now. Right?
Here.
Yeah, that other is there with you. Yeah, that other is there with you. Maybe your spouse, maybe your child is there with you. Right? I'm asking the question, whether this other who is living in your family wants to make you happy or not.
Yes.
Third and fourth, we cannot say confirmly they want. Instead, we can put the other tries to make me happy. They are trying.
Okay.
Because we can say option. They are trying or not trying.
Very good. How about this question 2A? Do you want to make other happy?
No, first two is I want to make myself happy.
So for you, you are not saying that I am trying.
No, in third and fourth I am saying. No.
When this question comes to you, you are not saying that I am trying, but when the question goes to the other, you are saying that other is trying.
See, because I can control myself, but
Very
I
nice.
cannot control others' desire or other belief. Everything I cannot control.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. Very nice.
Sir, if you question the others want to me happy, 4, we have to question 2 also. I want to make other happy.
Right.
So logically, I and others both are same.
Very true. Very true. That's the reason, logically, I asked this first question, do you want to make other happy? See, if I understand myself, based on understanding myself, I can understand the other. If I want to make myself happy, what do you think? The other wants to make himself or herself happy or not? I'm asking their intention only. I'm asking for their natural acceptance only. Right? Now I'm asking you about your ability. Now this second set of question is different. Are you able to make yourself always happy? Are you able to make yourself always happy? No. See, try and understand this. You want to make yourself always happy, but you are not able to make yourself always happy. Is this the issue of your intention or the issue of your ability? The lack of ability, the lack of competence. Okay? You want to make others happy. You want to make others happy. I'm asking you this question. Are you able to make others always happy? No. Right? You want, but you are not able to. So there is a lack of competence, there is a lack of ability. Your intention is right, correct? The other is able to make himself or herself always happy? No, right? Not always. The other is able to make you always happy? No, right? The other is not able to make you always happy. This is due to the lack of ability of the other. But then how do you conclude? You conclude that the other doesn't want to make me happy. Are you able to see this difference? When you are not able to make yourself happy always, are you saying that I don't want to make myself happy? What you are saying? I want to make myself happy, but I am not able to. What are you saying? That I want to make other happy, but I am not able to. But when it comes to the other, you are able to. Correct? I also want and I am not able to. Let us do this exercise quickly and then in 2 minutes only. And then sit in the pair, 2, 2, 2, 2. Right? Okay, let us do this exercise. There is your friend, there is possibility that the pair is your relative, there is possibility that the pair is from your department, there is also possibility that you don't know the pair, right? You are meeting in the workshop hall only. But you are sitting, like if you don't know the pair, for example, where this gentleman who has come from Bengal, he is sitting there, right? Last one. Yeah, from Bengal. Do you know him? Right. You don't know each other, right? See, there are people who don't know each other are also sitting in the pair. There are people who know each other, they are also sitting in the pair, right? So we are doing this exercise with the stranger. We are also doing this exercise with the people who are known to us. They are sitting in the pair. Not only they are sitting, but holding the hand of each other, which means they know each other. They are the best friend of each other. Yeah. So UHV partner are also there, the friends are also there, and the stranger are also there. And with this, we are doing this exercise. First, ask this question to your partner. Ask your partner, do you want to make yourself happy? Ask this question to your partner. Okay, only one question. It doesn't take a long time. Ask only one question to your partner. Do you want to make yourself happy? What is the answer of your partner? Yes. Okay. Now, the partner will ask the same question to the other partner. Do you want to make yourself happy? What's the answer? Are you able to see that both of you wants to make yourself happy? Both of you. So if a husband and wife are sitting together and asking this question, which means the husband also wants to make... All right, if that is the difference, then we have a husband and wife. We can bring them here. Come here. They are husband and wife. Yeah. So let us see that they also want to make them happy or not. Okay. Now we have husband and wife is also there. Have you asked this question? Yeah. What is the answer? Okay. He wants to make himself happy. She also wants to make herself happy. The friends also same things are happening. The stranger also same things are happening. Okay. Now, ask this question to the other. Do you want to make me happy? What's the answer? Yes. Yeah? What is the answer? Yes. Okay. Now the other person will ask the same question. Do you want to make me happy? What's the answer? See, the husband also wants to make wife happy, and the wife also wants to make husband happy. Where is the trouble? The friends also wants to make happy. Where is the trouble? The stranger also wants to make happy. Where is the trouble? See, the issue and the trouble is not with our want. The issue and the trouble is not in with our intention. Everybody's intention is the same. Everybody wants to make himself happy and others happy. The problem is that if I do not have clarity on what happiness is, right? If I don't have clarity on what happiness is, if the husband doesn't have clarity on what happiness is, if the wife doesn't have clarity on what happiness is, then though they will keep trying to make themselves happy and the other happy, but will they be able to make happy? No. This is the lack of competence. This is the lack of ability. So this ability and the competence, this can be developed in the self, by the self, through this transformation, by ensuring this right understanding within. You have done this exercise here. Please do this exercise at home also. Okay, please do this exercise at home. But while doing this exercise at home, tell them, wait a minute, otherwise there will be an accident. While doing the exercise at home, simply tell them that I'm going through a workshop and they asked us to do this exercise. That's the reason I'm doing this exercise. Sit at home, do this exercise. I'll tell you what will happen. I'm giving you some precautions. So the exercise will be perfect. If you go home and sit with your wife and if you ask her, do you want to make you want to make me happy, then she would not be able to understand this wanting part. She would say that I always want, but it's you. You are the one who is creating the problem, right? The husband will also say the same thing. I want, but it's you. You are the one who is making problem. I told you yesterday to, put an alarm at 7 o'clock, but you forgot. I missed my thumbprint. I become unhappy. Then please bring them back to the discussion. Tell them that I am not asking you whether I am making or you are making. I am just asking whether do you want or not. That way you will get the clarity on the intention. At least we did this exercise in this hall and we are able to see that intention of every human being is the same. If the intention of every human being who are sitting in this hall is the same, how about the intentions of the human being who are sitting outside this hall? The same or different? Good. So your wife and your husband wants to make you happy. Thank you.
Good morning to all. I'm Dr. Karthika. Yesterday key point I would like to, what I have taken for my life to start practicing. Let me discuss 3 points. First point yesterday while Baya is discussing, are we communicating with a family member? This question is a very subtle question. This question made me, like sometime a few questions being asked, that time will be eye-opening questions sometime. So maybe yesterday this question may be for me eye-opening. Are we really communicating with everyone in the family? Not just asking a physical facility, am I doing this? Am I giving all the physical facility? The conversation what we are really having with our family, that made a question yesterday. And after I reached the house, the way I communicated to family, consciously, I was thinking not focus on physical facility, but a self-wise conversation has happened. This is the one transformation yesterday, but everybody were keenly noted that small changes has happened within you. That is the first key point. Second one is like, as Bhaiya told yesterday, whatever the concept or everything we discussing over here, I'm taking as a laboratory experiment. So we are just learning all the techniques what Bhaiya is teaching. The thing is, while in any laboratory, they'll teach you the technique. Then after you're going out of a laboratory, we started practicing, only we can able to achieve some results. Similarly, in my cases, I just every day takeaway points I'm writing separately in my note. At least one, at least two, am I carrying in a day-to-day life basis? This question is, that is called exploration. Exploration is a very deep word that made me to realize whether I am doing every day. See, we might be attending many workshops. We just attend the workshop maybe for certificates, maybe for any sakes, I don't know, to upskilling ourselves. But we just, after 3 weeks, we forget the concept, we move to a regular routine. But in these workshops, especially UHV, is not move away from this. We have to inculcate with ourselves each and every day, every minute, awareness of ourselves. This is one of the most beautiful things in UHV gives us. And third point I'll end up with the third point, is about the health. Everybody are conscious about the health. Are we really doing justice for our health? We question it, means most of the time is no. That nourishing, what is the actually our body needs? We are not aware about it. We know we are not supposed to give junk food for the kids, for ourselves. But what are the junk foods? We are not still aware. That if awareness comes, if any maida content which actually slow down the immune system, if we are aware about it, we stop consuming maida. And what are the different form of maida? If I know only, I will try to avoid it. This awareness, this small awareness. If this 4 steps, example, intake and routine, and second step, exercise, third, internal organ. If 3 steps were consciously we were following, 4th step is not at all required. That is the medicine and treatment. What we are doing is, we will be conscious when we got a fever. When we are conscious, when we got some illness. When the consciousness comes, when there is a problem is there. But as for my yesterday key point takeaway is, see, whatever happens, I should be aware what type of food I have to take everyday basis. I'm giving to my parents or anybody, but I make sure what I'm giving it, whether they're going to nourish it, whether it is junk food. Even the kids maybe, don't tell the kids want that. We are showing the kids. Kids don't know nothing, frankly, to be frank. We are been practicing many junk food in front of them, or we have, yesterday Bhaiya, while we are in a discussion time, he was telling, parenting is a very simple, after giving an example only, I thought, many time my second baby won't be sleeping actually, night time. I used to scold, but yesterday night, even however she troubled me, I made her console her. The thing is, how we react is a mirror, is our child. There is a problem within us. If we are not conscious, then how we expect our child to be a best. So be a best version of yourself. Then automatically, no need to train your kids. Your kids will automatically be that form. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
Very good morning for the third day's UHV program. I'm Bhaskaran. So I just want to share, yesterday the resource person have told us to share with your spouse, right? I want to be happy. Right, I've shared with my spouse actually yesterday. Right, I want to be happy and she want to be happy. Or you want myself to be happy, or I want yourself to be happy. The same thing you have shared actually. And the third question I made: am I making you happy? Right, and she has asked me, am I making you happy? So I was happy always. Whenever you are trying to make me happy, I'm happy with you. But the response, am I making you happy? When I'm asking her, right, for the period of 19 years, you never thought about me. And this question, no, that means you're putting the first steps towards making me happy. So I'm not able to explore my wife, what actually gives her happy. So I have put a first step because of this UHV. Thank you for UHV. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Bhaiya.
So onwards. In that one key point I took that actually, so they are coming from different places, Maharashtra and some other places, but they are teaching UHV to all, but what is the observation, whatever the teaching is very easy, but following is very, very difficult. I can teach anything. But they are following. They are not getting any remuneration for UHV, for all the, wherever they are conducting. They are just passing the information. They are sharing the knowledge. Really, I thought, and I just shared to this feeling to my wife. They are following and they are teaching. So it's more valuable. I consider it's valuable for all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Rupa Chandra from SRMIST. So yesterday's forenoon session, which was discussed about unorganized and unorganized desires. So if you are not having clarity with your desires, your thoughts and your thinking are also unorganized, with which further we move on with overthinking. So we have more assumptions, we move on with overthinking, we assume the other opponent to be like this or like that. So we have more assumptions which is developing due to overthinking, which is basically due to disorganized or unorganized desires or thoughts. So as of which I think we all have to take up this overthinking. Okay, so we have to start having your imagination in an organized way. So have your imagination in an organized way, which can give clarity in your thoughts so that you don't get into overthinking. Don't assume anything, so that your thinking and your desires are organized and you have a happiness in your life, and also you can stay in harmony. So that is my key takeaway. Thank you.
Yesterday and day before yesterday class is regarding of exploitations that I'm expecting more, as I said, and I'm making more advice to my family. That's what being my primary thought before of attending this session. Yesterday when I went to home by 7 o'clock, my girl was sleeping. Actually yesterday she had a science exhibition. So I make him to wake and I ask him that how it was gone. And she started blaming of school for 15 to 20 minutes. And she said that school is expecting this, school is expecting that, school want to do this. I'm having an exam tomorrow. I'm having an entrepreneurship workshop next week. So she started saying for 20 minutes. And I said that whether you want to participate in entrepreneurship workshop, yes, I want. Whether you want to do the exhibition, yes. You want to write an exam, yes. And I said that you want to do for your own happiness. So why you are blaming school? And she started asking one question. My ma'am itself blaming the school, and why you are supporting the school? I stuck it and I said that ma'am still didn't attend UHV and I attended UHV. So that's what the thing I explore from myself, and I told that if you want, you do it. If you don't want, you leave it. You do whatever is required for you. So we are thinking that we are being exploited by others, but the real thing is we are exploiting by ourselves. So that's the primary key point I have been took away from 2 days of UHV program. Thank you.
Good morning all. I'm Sudharmani from Avinashlingam University. So in all our curriculum, we have the theory classes as well as the practical classes. So whenever we are teaching the theory, it is not fully implemented. When it is going to be practiced only, we are getting the full knowledge, the same thing. So what I understood is, so during the 5 days, the forthcoming 3 days, so I have to learn and I have to implement all the thing in my life to be happy. I want to be happy. I want to make others happy. I am also to be happy. I am also within harmony. So I have to practice. This is the takeaway.
Yes, thank you. Somebody who has not shared.
Good morning. Myself, Dr. Pungodai, SRM KTR campus. Actually, we have done that task yesterday in our house with my husband, in front of my mother-in-law. I asked him, are you happy? He said, yes, I'm happy. And after that, he also, I said, you have to ask me. He said, that is what I'm doing it daily. Whatever you are saying, I'm doing it daily. Are you happy? I said, yes. And that the next third question I asked, whether you want to make others happy. He said, yes. Whether you are thinking that others also wants to make you happy. That I don't know. The same question as we discussed here, he replied that I cannot assure that. Then again I asked that, I want you be happy, make you happy. Then why you didn't believe me that I want to make you happy? He said, the same like this, after in the day one of UHV you started, that day you was very good. Again you started now, you will ask, are you happy now? After that you won't ask. In the past 60 years of our marriage life, first time you are asking, are you happy? Anyway, it is good. When the UHV 3 will start, the day one of UHV also, you will ask the same question. My mother-in-law simply watching both of us, and my husband asked me that you ask the same question to your mother-in-law also. I asked my mother-in-law, Atay, are you happy? She said, I'm really happy here with you and my son and my kids. And I asked her whether you want to make others happy. She replied, yes, I want to make my daughter-in-law happy and my son happy and all my grandchildren also to be happy. Really, we were very happy yesterday because of these questions. And she also happy. First time my mother-in-law experiencing these kind of things. Always he will be in kitchen because I don't know about cooking anything at all. So she will be in kitchen. And first time she was very happy because we all asking you whether you are happy or not. First time.
I'm Dr. S. Purnima from SRM. Actually, my husband is mini version of Sir. Always he used to say, be happy, don't get tension. So he's telling this for past 12 years. But I won't listen much. After a workshop, I was going and discussing about this to him. He said, when I was telling this, you won't believe. When somebody else is coming and telling this, then you will realize all these facts. Actually, this is one of the facts I realized yesterday. Not only in this case, but he used to talk about health, how to be healthy and everything. But whenever doctor says only, I will just obey it. So our family members are also aware of such things. But we are not taking into our mind when they say. But when others say, we are obeying it. So we have to listen to our family members also for right understanding.
Thank you.
Good morning, all of you. The immediate challenge for any parent is that nurturing the kid. Suppose when you go hotel, we prefer idli or chapati or maximum dosas. But kids used to prefer the fast food items like shawarma, pani puri, noodles like that. But even we are explaining that situation that it's going to be not good for you. Tomorrow morning you have to supposed to go school. If it's lead to indigestion or food poisoning, you may not manage next day. They are not least bothered. So to make themselves happy, that moment we have to take a decision which is not happy to us. Because in a family almost in a busy, at the weekend we supposed to ask the kids to take outing. So that time we have to adjust ourselves to give that kind of food. But when it comes to case of nurturing, it is actually against to that our concept. So it need to be practiced a lot of with the parents of educating the children, because they are all attracted by the advertisements which is shown on the TV, the colors, the way in which they present. The same kid has been used to promote the video, so by seeing that, kids are taking granted that that is correct, that is good for us. And 10 rupees they are giving 10 jellies. Their cost only 1 rupees for a jelly. What could the quality we can expect in jelly? So these are the challengings is awaiting for us. Hope I can think about this, make some solutions. I try to with my kids of educating that what kind of food naturally really. Maybe this session may give an input that how I can handle the kids. Thank you, sir.
Yes. So okay. So because it's about to start the session now. So now
you're not communicating in your family before, but at least that communication has started. So listening to some sharing. And those who have communicated with the family member must have had the glimpse of happiness, must have realized that this is what the happiness is. So the happiness is not giving food. The happiness is not giving the clothes. The happiness is not trying to fulfill the sensations. But the happiness is to be in a state of harmony, to ensure these feelings of relationship within, and to express that feelings of relationship in a proper way. That is what makes you happy. Okay. Yesterday when we opened up our discussions on the trust, on the question 4D, there was a doubt. When I ask you, do you want to make yourself happy? Yes. Do you want to make others happy? Yes. See, we do not have any doubt on these two things. We never have doubt on our own intention. The reason we never have doubt on our own intention, because our intention is the natural acceptance. The natural acceptance is innate in us, and the natural acceptance doesn't change with the time, place, and people. It always remains same. So always, every moment, I want to make myself happy and I want to make others happy. And we have clear about it. But when it comes to the other, we have doubt on their intention itself. We say that the other doesn't want to make me happy. Right? So whether this other doesn't want to make me happy or other is not able to make you happy. Not able to make you happy. Right? It's the same case with me also. I'm not able to make me always happy, though I want to make me happy. Are you able to see this difference? So there is a difference between intention, there is a difference between competence. But normally what happens, when we evaluate ourselves on the basis of the intention, and we evaluate others on the basis of their competence. And we put that question mark on the intention side. Correct? Let us come to a very practical life, our real life. We are talking about the real life only, only the practical life. We have complaints about the people that this person or that person, he or she, is giving me a lot of trouble. Okay? Have a very honest thought on this particular statement. Start recollecting when you met with this person that day, maybe 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 1 year ago, 6 months ago. Since that day till today, whether this other person has given you only trouble or sometimes he was also good. What do you think? Right? Sometimes he was also good, she was also good. Sometimes he was not good, she was not good. Now, start reflecting on your own behavior with this person. Since you met, you are always good. You are always good with this person, or sometimes you were not good. It's the same thing with the other person, right? So now what is the difference between you and the other person? But what is happening when you are evaluating yourself directly on your natural acceptance, your desirable state, that you want to make them happy. That is right, fine. But are you making them happy always? It's the same case with the other. The other also wants to make you happy, but they are not able to make you always happy. So what is the trust? Trust is to have this clarity that other wants to make me happy. Once you have this clarity, then you start pondering upon why he or she is not able to make you happy. Correct? Then the second question will come. The first is the clarity on the intention. The other wants to make me happy. Now let us put this second question, that why he or she is not able to make you happy. What do you think? What are the possible reasons for that? What are the possible reasons why the other person is not able to make you happy? Okay, what, very correct, whatever we think right is wrong for them, and that is the reason they are not able to make you happy. Let us put this question to yourself first. You want to make others happy. Why you are not able to make others always happy?
They are finding mistake with our activities.
No, why you are not able to make others always happy?
If we are trying to do something for them, they find it as mistake. We are doing it for some other reason.
Yeah, what thing?
To get some benefit, we are doing.
Yeah, can you talk on what those things? Something means what?
Suppose when we are appreciating, when we are pricing our HOD, let us assume. So when a HOD thinks that we are not really appreciating him, we are trying to get some benefit out of this appreciation. So that is why he is not accepting our appreciation, and he thinks that we are simply pricing for some benefit. So he is not happy. Even though we tried our level best to make him happy, he is not happy.
Very good.
Thank you, sir.
So we are praising people to make them happy. Okay. Tell me, why you are not able to make other happy?
So the reason is trust. That trust is playing the role. If everyone is having mutual trust as highest one, then when I am happy, the others also be happy. So that is why the trust is playing the main role in the mutual understanding.
Very good. So, it's a very simple question. Why you are not able to make yourself always happy, and why you are not able to make others always happy? Because you want it. Yes. So this is one, praising. Number two is lack of trust. Yes.
Sir,
yes.
Sir, our effort may be understood by different people will be understood differently. That make lack of understanding.
Okay. Lack of understanding. Yes.
Sir.
Yeah, when you fail to fulfill their expectations, right? Which means you are not able to fulfill their expectations. Who is lacking? You are lacking. What you are lacking? You are not able to fulfill their expectations.
Sir, I wanted to add up this, sir.
Yes.
Sir, we are trying our level to to fulfill their expectation. But whatever we do, they say it is not enough.
Correct. They say it's not enough.
Yes, sir. But we are trying our level best, sir.
Very good.
What we are doing is
Sir.
Yes.
Sometimes, sorry.
It will keep them happy, but it does not.
Okay.
Sometimes we think whatever the things which makes us happy, that same thing which will make them also happy. For example, if I like biryani, so I think that the other person also will like biryani. So, but they may like some other food. So this mismatch makes us not to make others happy.
Okay.
Precondition the mindset about the co-workers.
Yeah. Mindset.
Yes, mindset.
The preconditioning.
Yes, based on the previous case history, they have conditioned mindset, so that may not allow the bosses to accept that followings.
Okay, preconditioning.
So,
okay. The very reason I am not able to make other happy because I am not happy.
So the intuition of that particular person over me can be different. So that's why.
Okay, the perceptions are different.
So, sometimes some situations or external conditions are there due to which I am not able to fulfill the expectations of the others, and at the times when we are talking about our expectations, those expectations also are sometimes not met because of the external conditions which we are not able to control.
Okay, expectations, good. Identification? Okay. Okay. Lack of understanding. Lack of understanding.
Sir, not maintaining the hierarchy of 1 to 3. You said 1, 2, 3. First one understanding, second one relationship, then physical facility.
Lack of understanding.
Every human being are mostly concentrated on your physical facility, earning money. That 1, 2, 3 is not maintaining means we don't get happiness.
Very nice.
Sir, lack of responsibility, sir.
Lack of responsibility. So you are having this lack of responsibility towards the other, right? You are having lack of responsibility towards the other. That is the reason you are not able to make other happy. Correct? Yes.
Sir, maybe lack of mutual happiness. If I try to make others happy and I fail to get, they are not able to make me happy. So there may be a lack of mutual happiness.
Okay. So
Desires are actually getting increased. So even if the other person is trying to us to make happy with something, we are not getting satisfied. When others are doing something to us to get satisfied, our desire is again increasing. So for an example, if you are getting a dress, the other person thinks that, okay, I have made whatever she wants, she'll be happy. But our desire will keep on increasing. Just one dress is not enough. I need 3 dresses.
Okay.
Or I want others. So our desires are keep on getting increasing. So we are not getting satisfied. So if we are not satisfied, obviously the happiness won't come.
okay, very good. So all these points are listed, and these are the reasons I am not able to make myself happy. These are the reasons I am not able to make others happy. This is the same for the other. The same reasons are applicable for the others too. What is most important thing, if I want to make you happy, if I want to fulfill my intention of making you happy, the prerequisite is I should be happy within. This is the first important thing, right? You all wants to make your family happy. You all wants to make your boss happy. You all wants to make your colleague happy. You all wants to make your friends happy. If you all wants to make every single person around you happy, then what is important for that? You should be happy first. If you are not happy within, you cannot make others happy. This is the first thing. You should be happy. If you are happy, you can make your husband happy. If you are happy, you can make your wife happy. If you are happy, you can make your parents happy. If you are happy, you can make your children happy. If you are not happy, you are not going to make anyone of these happy. So what is important?
When I was happy, others are not happy.
Yeah, I'm coming to that. Very good. I'm coming to that. Okay, I'm coming to that, right? I'm coming to that. So the first thing is that you should be happy, right? This is the first thing. Okay. Now, aren't you trying to make yourself happy from your childhood?
Yes.
I'm not saying something new, right? Each one of you are trying to make yourself happy every moment, every day. You do lots of planning. Okay? But you are not able to make yourself happy. The reason? You don't know what is happiness. What is the reason? The reason is that you do not have clarity on what is happiness is. If you have clarity on what happiness is, then tell me, putting efforts for 20, 25, 30, 40 years, these 40 years were enough or not enough to make yourself happy? The 40 years were enough to make yourself happy. The one day is enough to have a glimpse of happiness. Yesterday you have realized happiness is basically the feelings of relationship within. You tried it at home and you got that glimpse of happiness. So if I want to make myself happy, I need to understand the true meaning of happiness. The true meaning of happiness, right? And not the illusions of happiness. Increasing our own desires and trying to fulfill our desires and trying to fulfill the desires of the other, the desires, for example, the dress, is this happiness? So I have this confusion. What confusion I have? If I keep sharing the physical facility with the other will be happy. If I keep giving money to the other will be happy. You have given money to number of people in your life. To your friends, to your relatives, to your children. Are they happy? Because money is a material thing. Body is a material thing. With the material, you can fulfill only the need of the material. But what is our assumption? Our assumption is the physical facility can make us happy. The dress can make us happy. If I gift a cell phone, iPhone, the other person will make happy. You are gifting to your children, right? I mean, you are so good in gifting, even if your children doesn't want, still you go to the market and do the shopping for your children. As a parents, particularly we the parents, are so good in the part of care. If your child wants to have one dress, I challenge you. I have not gone with you for shopping any times. First time we are meeting. But I would share your experiences. You had gone to buy one dress for your child, but you never came with one dress. You bought minimum two. Or maybe a dress and a pair of shoes. Maybe a dress and a candy. Maybe a dress and a chocolate. Right? It's not that we are not gifting. We are giving. We are sharing this responsibility. But what we have assumption, we have assumed that if I share the physical facility to my children are happy. If I share the physical facility to my husband will become happy. This physical facility has an important role, but it's a very minimal role. And that role is restricted to the body only. Okay? Then, what they say, that whatever we are giving them, it's not enough. Of course, they will keep saying that whatever you are giving, whatever you are doing is not enough, because a self is expecting feelings from the other self. So when we share the feelings to the other, they are okay with it. But if you are sharing the matter of sensations with them or physical facility and no feelings, no matter how much you share with them, no matter how much you give with them, they will keep saying that this is not enough. We have achieved many things in our life or not? Right? Look at your achievement. You have achieved study, you have achieved certificate, you got a job, you must have got little promotions, increase in salary, investment, insurance, marriage, children, so many achievements, right? But despite of all these achievements, don't you feeling that the incompleteness? Why that incompleteness is there? That incompleteness is there because we are not able to understand the things rightly. And what is the right thing? The right thing is that the human being is the coexistence of self and body. The body is a material. If you keep fulfilling only the needs of material, it will not suffice the need of the self. The consciousness is a different unit and the material is a different unit. So the need of the consciousness are continuous. If the need of the consciousness are continuous, then I need to take these efforts. What efforts? I need to take the efforts of understanding the relationship, understanding the feelings in relationship. When I have these feelings in relationship, I can share these feelings with the other, and whenever the other comes in contact with me, the other is also comfortable. Why the other is comfortable? Because that feelings makes others comfortable. Physical facility without feelings would not work. Physical facility with the feelings will work. I'm not saying don't give to your children. Do give. If you want, every day you can give something. But only giving gift will not work. That feelings has to be communicated. That trust has to be communicated. That child also wants to make you happy and you also wants to make the child happy. Right? Another thing is that expectations. We think that the people are expecting only material things from us. Because that is what our assumption, that the physical facility is enough, the money is enough to make us happy. Are we able to understand that there's an expectations of feelings in relationship? What do you expect from the other? Trust or money? Maybe trust and money, but not only money. But out of these two, what is more important? The trust. What do you expect from others? Respect and food, or only food? Respect comes first. Respect and food, right? You don't expect only food. Even if you are not eating food, you are expecting respect. So the need of the respect is continuous. Are we sharing only food in the family, or are we sharing that feeling of respect also in the family? Right? This is a very important question. Are we only cooking and preparing different delicious food? We are trying different menu every time, thinking that the food will make them happy, or we have this clarity that the feelings makes them happy and not the food. So, when we understand the expectations are basically the expectations of the feelings. Feelings and maybe physical facility. Feeling and food. But the need of the food is only 3 times a day. But the need of the feeling is continuous, every moment. So we need to understand their expectations. We are not able to understand their expectations because there is lack of understanding. And what he said correctly, that set priority order should be need to understand and remember every time. Right understanding, relationship, and physical facility. Whenever you try to change the order, you are in trouble. But whenever you are trying to maintain the order, that's the balance. You are happy, and the people around you will also be happy. Okay? So I need to understand what is enough for them. What do they need to have? What I give them is not happiness. That's right. Because what I'm giving is not a happiness. So I need to understand what is happiness is. Are you able to understand that why you are not able to make yourself happy always? Because the lack of clarity on what happiness is. So if you take efforts to understand the true meaning of happiness, you will be happy. And because you will be happy, the people around you will also be happy. Correct? I'll share you one example. This is one of the workshops on the day 4 after this relationship discussion. One lady professor, she shared this experience. She was a day scholar in this workshop. She said, yesterday I went home after the workshop and she was in the kitchen preparing roti. Belan, that wooden rod? Yeah, what is called in Tamil? Chapati cutter. Okay. That chapati cutter, that chapati maker, you know, it's a rod, wooden rod, right? So with this wooden rod, she was making chapati, right? Her two children, a 6 years boy and 4 years girl, they were playing in the hall, right? While she was making a chapati, suddenly she could hear the noise of breaking a glass. So the children were playing and there was a glass. And that glass fell on floor. It broke. Immediately she took a sari, she had that balan in the hand and she started rushing, right? Rushing towards the child. Okay, like this. While rushing and running towards the child, immediately, you know, she got aware of herself and she asked this question to herself, what is important for me, physical facility or relationship? That very moment, the speed of express train became like a speed of passenger train. She was totally slowed down, you know, she kept her rod silently on the table. She went to the boy and she asked, have you got any injury? That boy was shocked. Totally shocked, you know. She asked, have you got any injury? The boy said, with lot of fear. Look at with lot of fear and the tear in the eye. This is what, you know, the mother he shared. With lot of fear and the tear in the eye, the boy said, no, I'm okay. Then she went to the daughter and asked, have you got any injury? They said, no. Then she said, okay, no problem. There are broken pieces of the glass. This is the area. Don't come. You play in the other area. Let me finish my roti. I'll come and clean up the things. And she said that I started walking back to the kitchen. And what she said, you know, when I started walking back to the kitchen, my 4-year daughter came. She holded my sari and she asked me, Mama, are you not going to beat me? This is how we behave with our children. A glass cost of 20 rupees is more important for us. See how much we are attached with the physical facilities.
Sir, it is not the matter of 20 rupees, sir. It's the safety of the kids, sir. That's why parents are scolding and...
Yeah, of course, the safety of the kids, right? But not the balan in the hand.
Yes.
Yeah, when you have balan in the hand and when you are rushing and when your child is asking you, are you not going to beat us? We can understand whether it's the safety of the child or it's the attachment to the physical facility.
When we scold or when we do something, next time they will be careful. That's what is our intention.
Very good. You have been scolding to your children so many times.
I have got a different sharing, sir.
Wait a minute. Let every small things to be settled down, you know. You have been scolding to your child almost every day. Is there any changes?
No. Sir,
wait a minute. Let me complete. Let me complete. I'll listen to you. You know, let me complete. See, if I'm scolding you, if I start scolding you, will you listen to me?
No. No, sir.
Why?
I won't like opposition.
If I start scolding you, immediately you will start generating the feeling of opposition towards me. You will start having that disconnect with me, and that is what is happening with our children. Our children are not able to feel that connect with us. So despite of scolding, despite of beating every day 2-3 times, they should be having more understanding, but instead of that, their understanding level is getting degraded day by day, because no human being wants to have the feeling of opposition. The feeling of relationship is naturally acceptable to us, right? And then you know what happens? What are the consequences of this? The child of 5 years, the child of 10 years feels very uncomfortable staying in the home, and some of those childs, they give threatening to the parents. The parents doesn't understand. The child says that, I am very uncomfortable in the home, I will go away. I will leave your home. 10 years boy. If the 10 years boy is saying that I'm going to leave your home, if the 10-year boy is threatening you by hiding himself under the bed, or going to the temple and sitting in the bed, or going to the neighbors without informing you, that's a serious alarm. It's a very serious alarm that our child is not happy with us. Our child is not happy with the inhuman behavior we always does with our child. Every now and then scolding, every now and then beating. What do you think, that the other self will be comfortable with such sort of behavior? Put yourself into the child's shoes and see that if you, the people around you, are doing the same thing again and again with you, will you be comfortable? Will you have that connect? Because what is naturally acceptable to us is the trust we are talking about. And what is the meaning of the trust? The trust is to have the clarity that the other wants to make me happy. The child wants to make you happy. You wants to make the child happy. Important thing is that understanding what happiness is. Understanding what happiness is. Okay? When do you scold? Why do you scold? Observe these things. If you do not have irritation within, if you do not have feeling of opposition within, you cannot scold. You cannot scold. Let us try and understand, right? You get angry. Let me complete and I'll come to you. Yeah, I'm talking to it and then I'll come to you. Okay? Let us talk about this anger, right? We say that we get angry and we have to be angry. If we are not angry, the voices will not be heard. And this is the reason we get angry on the children, we get angry in the class, we get angry on the student, we get angry on department. Many times, we get angry, express anger everywhere. The reason is that you have this observation. When do you get angry? As long as you are able to handle your child, are you angry?
No.
If you are able to handle the people around you, are you angry?
No.
When do you become angry? When you are not able to handle. So anger is an expression of your inability to live with the feeling of relationship. As long as you are able to live with the feeling of relationship, you don't get angry. Anger is an expression of the inability to live with the feeling of relationship with the other. The moment my inability, my ability level finished, right, and then I get stuck. I don't know how to handle my kid. I start getting angry. Observe these things. Right? Observe these things. So this is actually my inability. Because of my inabilities, I am not able to make myself happy. I want to make myself happy. Because of my inabilities, I am not able to make others happy, but I want to make others happy. This is the clarity, right? The clarity that I want to make you happy, you want to make me happy, both of us want to make happy each other. This clarity is trust. This clarity is trust. Once the trust is being assured within me, then I do this analysis every time that why I'm not able to make myself happy. Why the other is not able to make me happy. Then that why question comes, and then I try to understand the competence of the other. Do the other has got the competence to make me happy? Do I have this competence to make you happy? Right? And many times these expectations, because you are not able to fulfill their expectations, they are not able to fulfill your expectations, you become happy. Right? Spend 2 times and write down what are you expecting from the other. Write down on a piece of paper. 2 times, take 2 minutes and write down what are you expecting from the other people. and that other people is, your close family member. There is possibility that you must be expecting that they should get up at 4 o'clock. There is a possibility that you must be expecting that they should not eat junk food. There is a possibility that you must be expecting that they should not scold. Right? They should have a proper behavior. Whatever you are expecting from the others, from your family member, write it on a piece of paper. Whatever you are expecting from the others, you have listed it on the paper, right? Read that first expectations carefully and have a very correct evaluation that are you able to live with that expectations every moment. If you are able to live with that expectations, tick. If you are not able to live with that expectations, wrong.
So if it is 25, 75, 50, 50.
All the time. All the time. Because you are expecting every moment, right? When it comes to the other, you are expecting that the other should behave every moment, not 50 times, not 25 times, not 75 times. Correct? You are expecting your child should get up at 4 o'clock every day. If you are waking up at 4 o'clock every day, tick. If not, cross. Do this exercise again.
So my expectation would be at least once in a week they can at least once in a week they can do their activities on their own. It's not always a week.
Yeah, you have written that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, if you are doing it, put a tick. If you are not doing it, put a cross. Okay? If you are doing it, tick. If you are not doing it, cross. Do that. Okay, tell me how many percentage tick are there? 0. Very nice. Very nice. Have you understood something? What? You are only expecting from the others. You are only expecting from the others. But when it comes to you, you are not able to deliver it. It's the same thing is happening with other. The other is only expecting from you, right? There is possibility that the other may not be able to live with it. Okay? So then what we need to do then? At least whatever I'm expecting from the others, I shall take a try to live with it. Right? When I will take a try to live with it, the others' expectations will get naturally fulfilled. Okay, this is one thing. This is one part of doing thing. But what is an important part is understanding thing. What that understanding is, that the relationship, trust. The relationship is between self and self, and there are feelings in relationship. Out of these 9 feelings, the trust is the foundation. And what is the meaning of trust? Trust is to have the clarity. What clarity? That other want to make you happy. It's not other is making you happy. Right? Making happiness is the ability part. That's the competence part. Wanting to make you happy, this is intention. This is natural acceptance. So once you have clarity on the natural acceptance of the other, you have the trust in you. But then what happens? You looked into the behavior of the other and you doubt on the intention. Correct? If you are carrying a glass in your hand and the glass fell, what do you say? What do you say in Tamil? Tavariniche. Okay? Tavariniche. Yeah, tavariniche, right? If you are carrying a glass and glass fell, accidentally, tavariniche. If the same thing has happened by the other, what do you say in Tamil? See, Yeah, he broke the glass. He broke the glass, right? And if it happens by you, then I broke it accidentally. See how you are evaluating. How you are evaluating, right? He broke and I broke it accidentally. If you, do you always go anywhere on the sharp time or sometimes you get delay? Are you always punctual or sometimes that punctuality is not there? Yeah, sometimes that punctuality is not there. If you are not able to go to the event on time, what do you say? Traffic, bus, right? All these issues, correct? The vehicle got punctured, somebody came and hit my vehicle, it was raining heavily, correct? If the other come late, then?
I accept that. If they are coming late, I accept. But what they are speaking wrong, let us say it's Rajanatha class only, let us go to the late. This is how they are thinking and then they may come. So what I do is I go and take attendance and whoever is late, I just allow them. But the mindset of the students are misusing that actually. So that is what is
Very good. Okay? We'll come to that. We'll come to the mindset also. But at this particular moment, just try and look into how do we evaluate. Correct? Do you tell lie?
Yes.
Yes. Then what is the problem when the other lies you? But then why you keep saying that you are a liar? You always say, you are a liar, you are a liar, you are a liar. Yeah. Do you ever say that I am a liar? Have you ever said this, that I am a liar? No. But you always, recognize others as a liar. So other is also lying, I am also lying, but when the other lies, I immediately put that label that you are a liar. Correct? Do you keep the things secretly? Do you have some secret? Do you hide the things from the other? Yes, no? Yeah. And what about this other if the other wants to have this privacy? Look into this, look into this. How do we evaluate? If I do something, I have so much of justification for that. I have reasons for that. And when I give this justification, when I give these reasons, I always consider that I am the best. There is no chance of improvement for me. But who need to improve? All others. Let's take another small exercise. If there are 5 people in the home, and you are one of those 5, right? What do you think? Who is a good person in your family? Very good. Yeah. But how do we evaluate? Who is the good? Who all need to improve? All others. Who is the good in your department? I am the one. Who need to improve? Rest all. Right? Who is the good person in the university? Only you. Who need to improve? Rest all. Correct? Who is good in Chennai? Who is good in Tamil Nadu? Who is good in India? Who is good in world? Only me. This is how we keep evaluating, right? Every now and then, we keep evaluating that I am the best. The problem is with you all. Every person sitting in this hall is evaluating in the same way that I am the best, and the problem with you all. Who has problem? All. Who all are best? All. When we say I am the best, I evaluate myself on the basis of my intention only. I evaluate myself only on the basis of the intention, and I say I am the best. But when I evaluate other on the basis of their competence, and I say that the other need to improve. Is this thing happening or not? Do you commit mistakes? Yes. The same mistakes again and again? Yes, repeatedly. From the childhood, there's a possibility that in the childhood you have committed some mistakes and you are carrying the same mistake even today. Right? There's a possibility. Hundreds of people, thousands of times told you not to do it, but still you are doing it. Still you are doing it. Do you ever had a doubt on your intention? No. But if the other does one mistake for 3 times, immediately what do you conclude? That he commits the mistake. He would never improve. Right? How about you? The same mistake, thousands of people, hundreds of times told you, but still we are repeating the same thing again and again. But when it comes to the other, you say that the other is making these mistakes intentionally. The moment you have doubts on the intentions of the other, let me give an example, right? A baby, a newly born baby, the body is not developed, doesn't have strength to go to the washroom, make pee, shoo, everything on the bed or not, right? How many times a baby make a bed wet daily? That many, like, take a number. 10 times, okay? Let's take 10. Maybe some baby 5, some baby 2, but let's take 10, right? When a baby develops the strength to go to the washroom, at what age? Okay, take 3. Okay, take 3. Okay? 365 days in a year, multiplied by 10, multiplied by 3. How much? 365 into 10 into 3. Yeah, every day 10 times. 365 days into 10 for 3 years. Approx 11,500, the baby made the bed wet, and every time when the baby made the bed wet, the mama goes, makes the baby dry, put her a new clothes, papa goes, sometimes the brother goes, they do these things? Yes. Any doubt on the intention? Do you scold the baby? Do you hit the baby? Do you beat the baby? But sometimes the same baby doesn't develop the sensations, doesn't develop that capacity to learn the sensation, and the same baby becomes like 10 years old and make the bed wet. And now what happens? What the mother says? What is happening? What do you think that the 10 years old boy or a 15 years old boy intentionally will make the bed wet? That ability is missing, What that ability? Reading to the sensation, that ability is missed out. That's the reason it's happening. But the moment you have doubts on the intention, you will find that irritation within you. Before this, for the 3 years, there was no doubt on the intention. There was no irritation. Are you able to see that? The moment you have doubt on the intentions of the other, immediately you feel opposed with the other. There's a feeling of opposition. You get irritated, you get angry, and you reinforce that the other is bad. And you reinforcing that I am the best, I'm good. So the doubt on the intention is a major cause. It's a major problem in the relationship. And just because of this, let us try. Like this morning I asked you, when you have met with anyone, when you started going to the school, you met many people. Out of these many people, you have recognized your relationship with few, and you started making friendship with them. This is how we go. Recall and remember with every single person with whom you are not in good terms today. The first day when you met, till until that bad thing started happening, wasn't that person helping you out? When you made a friendship with anyone, right, from the day one you start fighting. Have you started fighting on the day one? No. At least for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, you were good to each other, right? When you were good to each other, didn't that other person did the things for you or not? He also did the things for you. You have also done the things for him. But then what happens? On one day, this doubt on the intention started coming up. The doubt on the intention in you started coming up. The doubt on the intention in her or him started coming up. And slowly, this doubt started piling up. As long as you were able to handle that doubt within you, the things were going, but they were not going smoothly. The problem started coming up. But one day, what has happened? Either you have blasted or the other person has blasted, and gradually the valley between you and other person started digging up. And now you are not able, you do not want to see the face of the other person, neither the other person wants to see the face of you. Just take one simple thought. What that thought is, if you would have had the clarity on the intentions of the other, and if all those people who are not in good terms now, if all those people were around you, are around you even today, just think about your life. Very joyful. So as long as we are able to fulfill this feeling of relationship with each other, we have that joy in the relationship. We have harmony. But when the doubt comes on the intention, the same person with whom I went against the world, when the whole world was saying me not to marry, I married. But with the same person, after a couple of years, I don't want to stay in the same room. Why these things happens? The doubt on the intention. So this is a major trouble in relationship. And to come out of this trouble, what is important? We need to understand what is trust. So the trust is the clarity on the intention that other wants to make me happy. If you have doubt on these intentions of the other, ask this question to yourself: do you want to make other happy or not? That is the reason I prescribed this exercise yesterday, and I'm glad that some of you did this exercise with your family members. At least now the wives got confident that the husband wants to make you happy. The husband got the confidence that the wife wants to make you happy. And that's very interesting listening. The mother-in-law also wants to make the daughter-in-law and the son happy. So each one of us wants to make other happy. Each one of us wants to make ourselves happy. But if I do not have clarity on what happiness is, then there is possibility that I will not be happy, neither the other will be happy, because the likeness for the food can changes. This is based on the test. And we are trying to make ourselves happy, other happy by the food. Okay? Any questions?
Sir, in schooling, my teacher beat me. Because of that, if I am studying well, I am in this position. Suppose the faculty or teacher is not getting angry on me, I won't complete 10th class. So at the place, anger makes me good now, sir.
Yeah, see, ask this question to yourself. Do you want to beat other?
No.
That's it. We are not asking this question to ourselves. Do I want to get angry or I want to be happy?
Be happy.
Yes. That's even the other want.
No, sir, because when my kid is not doing homework, I beat. Now you say that is my inability, so that's why I'm get anger, I'm beating. So the same thing happened when I was schooling. So I couldn't able to clarify. Then without beating or scolding, how can correct my kid?
Yeah, you were able to handle the fear. This was a fear, right?
100%, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. About his future, I got fear.
Yeah, this was the fear of your future, the fear of the teacher, and because of that, you did it, you were able to handle it. But what those cases where the child is not able to handle the fear? What would happen? If the child is not able to handle this fear, what will happen to the child? Anything can be happen, right? The child may leave the home, the child may think of committing suicide. Are you reading the newspaper these days? Have you come across with the news like 10 years, 15 years, 13 years, 12 years, children committed suicide? What could be the cause for that? If the 10 years, 12 years child committed suicide, what do you think? What would be the reasons for that? The family member or the neighbors? Think about it. It's a very serious question for each one of us to ponder upon. See, human being wants to live with the feeling of relationship. The relationship is naturally acceptable to us. You want to make the child understood, right? You want to develop the competence in the child. If you want to develop the competence in the child, yesterday I told in this group too, that the parenting is the easiest job. Parenting is the easiest job. You know, if you want to develop your child, what is essentially required? You take efforts for your development. Whatever you do around the child will follow it. Your child does the imitation or not?
Yes.
The 2 years baby talks like the grandfather or not?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, yes. Imitate.
Imitate. 100% imitation, right? 100% imitation. Whatever the parents, whatever the people around does, you know, the baby are doing, you'll find that the baby does it. Correct? Just a couple of months ago, what I have seen, 2.5 years old girl, right? She got angry and she was playing with a doll. She got irritated and she threw her doll on the wall. Who is throwing the pillow in the home?
We.
Yes. You know, when you get angry, you also throw your cell phone.
No.
Right? You throw your phones, you throw whatever the object in your hand, you are throwing it. The children will also throw. Easiest job is the parenting. If you want your child to be developed like a human being, you need to have a human behavior around your child. The child will imitate. The child will have this confidence that this is the way we should live, not the outside world. There is a possibility that the outside world may be giving different inputs. We keep complaining about the junk food in the home, right? Who bought this junk food in the home? And now we are blaming the children. Ask direct observation. When we start doing this direct observation, when we are asking this question to ourselves, at least we find there is a scope for the improvement, and then we keep taking efforts for the improvement. I know that you will not improve tomorrow immediately. I'm not going to improve tomorrow immediately. But at least I will see the scope of improvement in me, and I'll keep trying the efforts. And maybe 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, few things will start changing. But you know, that small change which is taking place in you is enough for the others, because that change also gets communicated. And the other feel assured about you. And that assurance, you know, that you want to make them happy. When the others get assured on your want, the other would also have a trust on you. How your child will feel that you want to make them happy?
When we give whatever the child wants.
If unhappiness is being getting expressed often, how that child will reach to the conclusion that you want to make them happy? Correct? Correct. So that has to be get communicated, and this will get communicated through your behavior only. We are giving an example of child since morning, but take any example there. Right? Due to the time constraint, we can take just one example. But when it's parents and child, the same thing is applicable for husband and wife. The same case is applicable for children and parents. The same case is applicable in department, in the friend. How your friend will reach to the conclusion that you want to make your friend happy.
When I was chatting with my wife, so I was asking her, am I making you happy? Before that, she has asked me, am I making you happy? I have told, don't read it out. I have told, don't read it out. It's not okay. That I'm happy with whatever you do. But when I'm asking her, am I making you happy? She has responded, so I have lived with you for 19 years. I'm not able to tell even a single thing in that you have tried to make me happy. Right? Am I not made you happy? I thought within myself, actually. So for the period of 19 years, I'm not able to find her happiness inside. Or I'm not able to give something, or do something which will give her exact happiness. All right, okay. But I've kept all this process within my psychology itself, within my mindset itself. Secondly, what about present state? I think you have put your first step to make me happy. That means the very asking of the question, am I making you happy, is trying to make her feel that I'm taking some effort to make her happy. And I have kept myself. Because I have did a lot of things for her for the period of 19 years. And even I told that my earnings and everything is meant for you, and you are the purpose, you are the cause, you are everything in my life, and you yourself are my child or everything in my life, and nothing else. And I have told it verbally to her. But I'm not able to make it out actually. But at the end, I just don't want to reinstate it or substantiate it again. Because I just want to make in relationship, not in opposition. Probably I have put a lot of efforts for the period of 19 years, but none of them have made some kind of feeling within herself. I haven't passed my feeling.
Right? Start observing your own imagination. Start observing the desire, the thoughts, the feelings, the expectations you have. Like yesterday, I asked this question, if whatever is going through your imagination, if you start expressing in the world outside, what will happen? So the answers were there will be a lot of problems, war, conflict, correct? Whatsoever the worst, ugliest, the cruelest person you think of the world outside, okay? That these are the quality of the cruelest person. These are the qualities of the ugliest person, right? These are the qualities of the brutal, the bad person. Whatever you consider, you start observing within, at your feelings, at your thoughts, at your desire, those kind of things come sometimes or not. Those same things are in you also or not. So there's a whole lot of accumulation of kusanskara, which means the bad preparation to live the life. There is so much of accumulation of this preconditioning, there is so much of accumulation of sensation, and whatever is there in my imagination, this is the source for my behavior with the world outside. Right? Because of such kind of things which is going on in me, I keep taking the doubts on the intentions of the other. And this is a major problem. So that is the reason what is important is to be aware of ourselves and keep working on the self rather than working on the others. The more you work on the self, naturally you could be the help for the others. Okay? I'm asking you this simple question for the self-reflection. If you have unconditional and continuous trust on the intentions of the other, okay, unconditional and continuous trust on the intentions of the other, and if the other is lacking in competence, then what will you do? Will you try to improve your competence and their competence? Will you get irritated? Will you get angry? Will you have a feeling of opposition?
Yes. Right.
What will you do? A, B, C, D? Expecting answers from everyone. You will do A, B, C or D. You will do A, this is your desirable state or this is your current state. What currently are you doing? Currently what you are doing? C. What is desirable is A, but currently B, C, D. You know, sometimes B, sometimes C, sometimes D. But what is desirable is A. A is possible only when you have unconditional and continuous trust on the intentions of the other. Then only A is possible. Otherwise, whenever you have doubt, you are bound to do the BCD. Right? What is happening is BCD. This A is response. BCD is reactions. And now you can ask this question to yourself. Do you want to be in a responsive mode or the reactive mode? So the response is naturally acceptable. What we want is response. With this, I have this simple question. If you feel comfortable answering to this question, you can answer. If you don't feel comfortable answering to this question, please don't answer. But seriously think about this question, that how many person in your family and friends do you have trust on the intention, unconditional and continuous? Let me explain this question. This means how many persons in your family and in your friends are there with whom you never ever done B, C, D? Never. Never ever, not even one time the B, C, D has happened, only A is happening. How many persons are there? This is the clarity of the trust we have. You know, I feel very, I feel like I'm not able to put my mother in this list. She kept me in her womb for the 9 months, but I keep doubting the intentions of my mother. I'm not able to keep my wife in this list, right, who got married to me and living with me for almost 26 years. But I doubt on the intentions of my wife. I'm not able to put my children into this list. I have given them birth, but often I doubt on their intention. This is our clarity about the relationship. So what do you think, that the other is not able to live with the feeling of relationship? That is fine. But do we also have the clarity on the trust? So when we understand, this understanding is the most important thing for the human being. This right understanding is the top priority of the human being, the first priority. When we develop this right understanding about the trust, then the trust will get ensured within us. And then you have unconditional and continuous trust on the intentions of the other. Then you will find that that irritation will start reducing, the frequency will start reducing, the intensity will start reducing. There is possibility that at this particular time, you are getting irritated, let us say 10 times in a day. Slowly it will go to 7 times in a day, 6 times in a day, 5 times in a day. If you are getting irritation, there is possibility that you are carrying your irritation for the whole day. But then gradually it will happen that you will not carry the irritation for the whole day. Maybe 12 hours only, then maybe 2 hours. And then a point comes when the irritation is starting going on in you. If you are aware of yourself, immediately you catch the irritation within and you work within your own self so that irritation doesn't come outside. Okay? So this is fundamental. The trust on the intention is the foundation of relationship. And with this question, you get an idea of the state of understanding about relationship from this exploration. I remember once I was, conducting this workshop in Punjab, and like this is open for all. So many times the families also come, the children also come. So there was this child, 10 years, and it was the introductory workshop, the first workshop, right? And there was a lot of discussion about, no, the other doesn't want to make me happy, other doesn't want to make me happy. The faculties were discussing this. This discussion went on for 1 hour. The child who was sitting in this hall, he got little irritated, right? And then he immediately stood up and he said, Punjabi, they have very high tone. So in very high tone, he said, uncle and aunties, why you are not able to understand that? My parents wants to make me happy. You want to make me happy. Everybody wants to make us happy. Look at that boy with so much of clarity. The boy is able to see that the other wants to make us happy. But we are not able to see that our children wants to make us happy. Look at so much of preconditioning we have accumulated. Correct? So it's important to be aware of the preconditioning, and it's important to evaluate this preconditioning with our natural acceptance so that there will be a clarity. Once this clarity comes that I want to make myself happy, I want to make other happy, have you seen this interesting thing? The question 1A and 2A is the mirror reflections of 3A and 4A. It's just a mirror reflection. So if you want to make yourself happy, which means I also want to make you happy. Right? It's a mirror reflection. In the first two questions, it's you. In the last two questions, it's me. Reverse this question. In the last two questions, it will be you. And in the first two questions, it will be me. Where is an issue? Right? So with this clarity, when we are able to have the tick on the 4A, but the tick is not tick with an information, but the tick with the exploration, the tick with the clarity, right? It's not because someone has said in the workshop that other also wants to make you happy. It's not going to build the trust in you. But when you have this clarity, when you keep exploring on this particular part, about you will keep exploring on your intention, you will keep exploring on your natural acceptance continuously, you will develop this clarity that you want to make other happy. Similarly, the natural acceptance, every self is endowed with the natural acceptance, the other also wants to make you happy. And that is what the trust is. And with this trust in you, you will be able to see that I broke the glass by an accident, the other also broke the glass by an accident. I lie with some intention, some purpose, the other also lies with some purpose and some intention. When I am not aware of my imagination and make the tea, I also forget to put the sugar into it. It's the same case with the other. When the other is preparing the tea and not aware of what the things are going on in her or him, may forget to put the sugar into it. Right? This way we start evaluating, and then we make an effort. See how we can live in a family. If there are 5 members in a family, what do you think? The level of competence of every 5 members is the same or different? Different. Correct? The level of competence, the level of understanding is different. But we are a family. Then what would be the program to live in the family? We will try to develop our competency, and we will also help in the development of the competency of our family member. And this is what is called the life in family. Correct? Who will take the lead into it? The person with the less competence or the person with the more competence? The person with the more competence is more responsible. The person with the less competence is less responsible. If you think that you are more competent than your family member, if you are more responsible than your family member, which means have this clarity that your family members are going to do more mistakes than you. If you are less competent than your family members, which means you are going to commit more mistakes than your family member. But all these mistakes are not intentionally. These mistakes are due to the lack of understanding. Correct? So when you take an initiative, this clarity is required. As I told you, right, that we are committing some mistakes right from our childhood. Thousands of times we are doing the same thing, the same mistake. Hundreds of the people told us to change. Are we able to correct it? So there is a possibility that the other person may have difficulty in understanding. Because I am also having a difficulty in understanding, right? There is a common complaint you people keep doing. You know what that complaint is? That I have taken 10 times efforts to improve the other person, but the other person is not improving at all. Very good. How many times you have taken the efforts? 10 times. The other person is not improving. The other person is lacking in competence. Are you able to see that? Who have taken efforts? You have taken efforts for 10 times, and despite of your 10 efforts, if you were not able to help other person in their development, then who is lacking in competence? It's not the other person is lacking in competence. It's you is lacking in competence. Correct? Let us try and understand this. The development of competence. Okay? You take these efforts. You know, this other may have difficulty in understanding. Right? The other is having difficulty in understanding or not? You may have difficulty in explaining. Are you having difficulty in explaining or not? Right? Are you having difficulty in explaining or not? You know why these things happen? Try to understand this science. This is very important to understand the science of relationship, why these things happen. Right? If you want to help other in the development of their understanding, what is the fundamental need? A fundamental need is that the other should have feeling of relationship towards you. If the other is not having feeling of relationship towards you, will that other person listen? So what is the most important thing? You listen to only those people with whom you feel related to. But if you don't feel related to the other person, do you listen to that other person? No. So fundamental thing that the other should have feeling of relationship. When the other will feel related to you, if you are continuously having this feeling of relationship with the other, if you are not having feeling of relationship with the other, will that other will feel related? No. So what is the first thing? In the process of development of others' competence, if you want to help if you want others to be improved, the first thing is that you need to have unconditional feeling of relationship. Correct? Now check, always these checkpoints are there. Check in within ourselves. Do we have that unconditional feeling of relationship? Or our feeling of relationship fluctuates? That anger, that irritation, not speaking to the other for some time, some days, all these things happening. If all such kind of things are happening, which means the other is not able to assured. And if the other is not assured that you want to live with a feeling of relationship with them, the other will not listen to you. If you want to improve the other, the first thing is that listening. The other should listen to you. And the other can listen only when you have this unconditional feeling of relationship to the other. Okay? Number 2, the timing is important. You want to improve the other. The others also improve you. Wants to improve you. But then what happens? Like this morning someone said, when there is a problem, we pay the attention. But if there is no problem, we don't pay attention. The same thing happens when the fight takes place. We get alert about the relationship. But when the fights are happening, if the fight is going on between you and your spouse, at that particular time, are you listening to your spouse? When the fight is happening, do you listen to the other person? No, that is not a time. And we take that time only. Are you able to understand, the flaws? When I am fighting with you, you are fighting with me, I have this full of opposition, you have this full of opposition, you are not listening to me, I am not listening to you, I am only telling that I am right, you are wrong, you are telling that you are right, I am wrong. Both of us are not listening to each other, that is not the time. What is the time? On a good evening, you are sitting on the sofa, sharing tea with the biscuits, that is the time. When the other have a feeling of relationship, when you have a feeling of relationship, both of you can sit together and discuss on this content. Discuss on the feeling of relationship. See, you want to live with the feeling of relationship every moment or only sometime? So to live with the feeling of relationship every moment, every moment exercises and practices are required so that the fight will not take place in the future. Because when the fight takes place, you cannot resolve the fight. You can resolve the fights only when there is a peace. Okay? So this timing is important. Number 3, the process. When you want to improve the other person, from where you start? You say that, you are doing this thing, this is wrong. Correct? You start saying with this is wrong, you are wrong. If I say you that you are wrong, will you accept me? Never. The other is not accepting you. And that is the reason, 10 times, 100 times efforts are going in vain. Why these efforts are going in vain? Because we are starting saying that you are wrong. The process is the process of exploration. Put the proposals in front of them and ask them to explore. If they say that they want to fight, okay, no problem. If they say that they don't want to fight, fine. Ask them to refer to their natural acceptance and find out the answer. So don't force children on not to eat the junk food. Develop this understanding in the children that do you want to nurture your body or not. When this understanding will get developed, they will start avoiding the junk food. But of course, it will not get avoided in one day. Why it will not get avoided in one day? Because now they have connected their happiness with the junk food. You want to be happy. They also want to be happy, and they are considering the junk food as a happiness, and if you try to snatch their happiness away, they will be in a trouble. So don't snatch their happiness. Try to develop this understanding. Once they will understand, they want to nurture the body, then as someone this morning said, that we also need to understand that what are the nurturing food and what are not the nurturing food, then we do a lot of research. And so many information is easily available on the click, these days on the internet. So the process of exploration. The fourth thing is the content. If you are discussing and sharing the content of harmony, the content which are based on the reality, that will help other person to develop. But if the content is based on the preconditioning and assumption, that will not help other person to develop. Okay? So normally when we say you do these things, you don't do these things, when you start putting the rules and regulation, then the content becomes preconditioned content, or the content is based on the assumptions. So the content is required, and very important part is that whenever you want to develop the competency of the other person, you cannot start talking on the pieces. You have to start talking from the basic aspiration of human being. What is human being? What is the role of human being at its individual level, family level, society level, nature level, and existence level? This complete content is required. This complete content is required. And there are a lot of people, right? Many of the participants who have attended this workshop previously, they do take the discussions in the family, right? This can become the part of our discussion. Particularly the teacher who are teaching UHV2 and the teachers who wants to teach the UHV2 in the future, take this presentation and like I'm going from slide by slide, one by after in the sequence, do this presentation in the home with in a sequence. Don't jump from here to there, but go in the sequence. The two things will happen. You will get a nice platform to practice, because these are the new content. And not only the contents are new, but the process is very different. We have been used to teach. You cannot teach human values. You can share the content of human value. So there's a difference between teaching and sharing. In our core subject, whatever is written in the book is right. And the children has to write the same thing in the question paper. Here what we are saying, whatever we are saying is a proposal. Don't accept is the right. Did I ask you to do these things and don't do these things since past 2 days? You are asking the question and I'm asking questions to you. You are asking me, you have asked me the question that I'm fighting with my wife. And I ask you, do you want to fight with your wife? That's it. The process is the process of exploration. This is a very new thing. So that's the reason we can take the content in the home as a practice, make a platform, the communication will start. At least once a week, or if possible every day, you can spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, and share this content with the family member. You will also get practice and the content will also go to the family member. These workshops, FDPs are always open for the family members. So whenever the next workshops will happen, online or face-to-face, if the family member has got free time, register them in the online format. If they have free time, ask them to come for the face-to-face workshop. I would request you, like this is what I have done for myself. When I attended my first workshop individually, I went alone there in the month of September. Immediately in the month of December, I took my whole family. Because I knew that this is not going to be for myself, but this is important for my family member also. I want to have that happiness in the family. I want that all the family members, need to live with the feeling of relationship. And then whenever the time comes, time is available, family members also keep repeating the workshop. What do you think, this one workshop is enough for you?
No, sir.
No. Right? So that follow-up, involving ourselves in the follow-up is also important. There are weekly meetings. You can start attending the weekly meetings. Workshops are happening regularly, every week. Even every week, if you want to attend the online workshop, you can attend. Now the certificates you got, right? Now the next online workshop, you don't have to do for the certificate. If you missed out attendance, fine. If you missed assignment, fine. If you missed the poll, fine. If you missed the quiz, fine. Because the certificate you already have. So you can register, and whenever you have time, maybe 1 hour a day, you can listen to that content, right? You can be the volunteer, be the part of this UHV team, express your willingness to do the volunteer. If you want to volunteer yourself into the online workshop, then you get the link of the panelist. So seeing and observing workshop from the panel is very different than attending the workshop as an attendee. And when you get a link of the panelist, you have all the liberty. Whenever you have free time, you can log in, listen to the content. When you are busy in your lecture, in your college work, you can just log out. Right? All those things, all this support is there. We also have morning session, every day morning 5:30 to 6:30, and then 6:30 to 7:30. The first slot is English, the second slot is Hindi. Those who are interested in developing further more can join this morning session. The good thing is that from the 1st of January 2024, the new morning batch is starting. So those who are willing to join for the morning session can give names to Supraja Didi. So Supraja Didi can take this name and she will forward this data to the UHV team. I guess on the last day she will you may put a willingness form in the Google form in the group. So those who are willing to join the morning session, they can join. Those who want to do the volunteering, they can do the volunteering. Those who are willing to join the weekly meeting, and then you can send the data to the central team. Right. Okay. Okay. There must be a lot of yes.
Because it should be in regional language to good for the family members.
Very good. It should be in a regional language. That is the reason I hope you remember I requested you all to develop yourself as a resource person as early as possible, because I'm sorry, I can't speak Tamil. If I start learning Tamil, it may take 5 years for me. But if you start developing as a resource person, then within 6 months, 1 year, you can develop as a resource person. It's always good. It is always good. That's the reason Universal Human Value books, we are translating in all the different languages. Tamil is also one. I guess someone must be sitting here. Supraja Didi is participating for Tamil translation also, right? Yeah. So the book is getting translated into Tamil also. Those who are interested in translation of UHV material into regional language, Tamil language, you can contact her, right? So the books are getting translated into Tamil. The material is getting translated, like PowerPoint presentation and all. But when it comes to the human being, a resource person, the resource person needs to have a command on that particular language. So develop yourself as a resource person. Will definitely take this content to every part of the Tamil Nadu in Tamil language. Okay. It's good thing that like in Kerala, there are few resource persons have been developed in the past couple of years. And those resource persons are taking this in Malayalam language. When I take workshops in Maharashtra, I prefer to take in Marathi. Our language always connects with us. It's very easy for us to understand in our language. So, and we need, lots of resource persons from Tamil Nadu. So develop yourself and take the workshop in Tamil Nadu. Okay, thank you.
So with this, the first session comes to an end. Thanks to Umesh Bhaiya for an enriching session. We'll have the break now. It's 11 a.m. We'll have the break up to 11:20. Yes. Means either today's first session on the trust or today's discussion. So wants to share. Somebody who has not done sharing previously, they are welcome.
regarding the physical facility. So we are feeling prosperous. And so we are talking about right understanding, happiness and everything, harmony. But whether these will be applicable for those who doesn't even have the basic things to live actually. Not enough money, maybe poor people. So how to handle human values for them actually?
We'll come to that one, okay, during the next session when we start with, there is one session on this, prosperity and health. I think there we'll be able to get answer for this.
Let me share something. Was it?
Ma'am, can I? Yeah. Actually, I wanted to tell one important transformation in me. What is that? Before, I used to think like I have empty glass in me. So every time someone will fill that glass. That if someone gives, I'm happy. If someone does, I'm happy. This is one concept before I was having. Right now, I'm already filled. The concept is like, I'm already happy. Why others have to be materialistic, happiness will happen. So this is one transformation is within me. That means already I have happiness. No physical facility will makes me happy actually. That transformation, that understanding has happened within 2 days.
Very nice.
Sir,
yes.
One sharing, sir?
Yes.
Yes. So my thing is about expectations, right? So Sarah's given an activity in the morning session about what do you expect from everybody on day-to-day basis, everything, right? And at the end, we were not able to fit with the same expectation till the end of the journey, till the end of the tenure with them. And that is what? That means what? No expectation will satisfy us continuously. Or even if the expectations are fulfilled, it can never fulfill yourself till the end. That means what? Expectations keeps on growing. And that is my understanding. And one more thing, if you want to get out of the doubtfulness in the intention, you must have trust. So if you are trusting others, don't doubt intention. That we can have a takeaway. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
So my learning today morning, so how many persons in your family and friends do you have a trust on intention? So it's really, I'm just asking the questions through in my mind. So far my mother also not in the list, my wife also not in the list, my son also not in the list. Then what I did so far to them, I'm just really asking this question again and again. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone. My name is Dr. Nagakrishna from Vishnu Institute of Technology, Bhimavaram. Sir, I want to share one positive feeling. It's not with my family members, with the other person. So I hope it happened to some of us. Usually we purchase vegetables or fruits from a known person, repeatedly from a same person. So one Sunday, I was trying to purchase fruits. So unfortunately, the person whom I frequently purchase, he was not there. So nearby, one old man was there. So actually, I don't have money with me. I have a phone with me. So I thought I can pay the money through PhonePe or Google Pay. So actually, I did not ask him whether he had a scanner with him or not. So I purchased the required fruits, and the bill was around, the amount was around 200-250 rupees. So I told him, do you have a scanner? Because I don't have physical money with me. So he told, I'm sorry, I don't have a scanner. Actually, he's on one side of the road. On the other side of the road, there is a shop. So whoever have this problem, they will go to that shop, they will pay the money through the scanner, and that shop person will pay the money at the end of the day. Because it was a Sunday, it was closed, that shop. So I told him, I'm sorry, I don't have money with me. So immediately he told me, sir, no problem, you can give me tomorrow. So it was the first time I interacted with him. I don't know him, he also doesn't know me. And I was really shocked by his behavior, even though I'm an unknown person. So I think education, qualification doesn't matter. It's because we were dealing with trust and the human relationships. So I was so touched by his the thing which he had done. So next day evening after my college, I went him. So first that day I thanked him, because even though you don't me, he can ask me, you can keep this cover, you can go home and you can bring the money and give to me. But he simply he believed me blindly, even though I'm a new person. So that gave me a lot of respect towards him. He may not be an educated person, but he had the trust on the other human being. And I continued my relationship with him. And the few weeks back, I purchased some eatables for my kids. So I had some good quantity of eatables, some cakes. So I asked him, who are the family members? I thought like he and his wife. So I gave one packet to him. And he told me, I have 3 grandchildren. So what I did, I gave 2 more packets to him. I gave 3 packets to him. And already I have purchased fruits from him. When I gave this to him, he gave 2 more oranges to me free of cost. So I was touched by that move. And I discussed the same example in the classroom also with my students.
Right, that's what we have discussed yesterday, right?
Thank you, sir.
Prosperity. Though that gentleman, old gentleman, sitting on the street and selling the vegetable, but the prosperity, the feeling was there. And the feeling of relationship is also there. So he felt related to you, and he has that prosperity. Even the 250 rupees, you may or you may not come, but he felt that I have more. And the moment you shared the sweet with him, he had oranges to share, so he has shared the oranges to you. This is prosperity. Okay, so can we start?
Good morning, sir. This is Papamal from Avinash Lingam University, Coimbatore. From the morning session, I came to know that the difference between reaction and response. Most of the times, we people are reacting, we are not responding. So now and then, we want to settle everything.
Okay, this is the 3rd day. Instead of saying we, can we say I?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Very good. So from here onwards, whatever the sharing, whatever the exploration, whatever experiences we'll say, we'll refer to I. Yes, please continue.
Yes, sir. So that's what we need, a small pass. Yesterday, tutorial session also. I need a small pass. So because, so if they are talking with anger, so more than their tone we want to raise. At least their tone are more than that. So that's what. So here onwards, I will respond, not react. Thank
Very
you,
good.
Sir.
Thank you, Akka. Thank you.
Okay. Again, I want to ask the same question. Actually, myself and one more madam had this doubt actually. We are feeling prosperous since we have more than what we need now. But how the people who are not even having the basic things like proper food, everyday shelter, or all those things, how they will feel harmony or happiness, how to deal with human values for those people?
He has answered to that question already, right? A vegetable seller, old man with 3 grandchildren, he bought the vegetable, he didn't have money, and that person said, come tomorrow and pay. This is an answer. See what happens, when it comes to the physical facility, we compare our physical facility with their physical facility, and we think that they are not having it. But there is a possibility someone may have 2 pairs of clothes, and he has identified the needs of the body, that the 2 pairs of clothes are enough to protect my body. he is prosperous. So this feeling of prosperity comes from within. See, the need of the physical facility different for the different people. The need of the physical facility for the 2 years baby is different than the 16 years young boy. The 2 years baby needs this much to eat. The 16 years young boy, young adult, need good food to eat. So someone needs this much food, someone needs this much food, right? The size of the cloth is also small, bigger. The quality, quantity may differ. It's not the quality, it's not the quantity. It is identification of required physical facility to nurture, to protect, and to do the right utilization of my body. But when we compare our physical facility and when we see that the others are having less physical facility, we feel that they are deprived. But there is a possibility they have understood the needs of their physical facility and they think that they have more than requirement. Sometimes what happens, we see people who have accumulated more than us and we get the feeling of deprivation because we are comparing with the other. So prosperity and accumulation of wealth are the same thing or the different thing?
No, different.
Totally different thing. Having wealth and the prosperity has no connection. There is possibility that someone may be very wealthy but no prosperous. All the time that feeling of deprivation is there. This 2 crore is not enough. Let's make it 4 crore. 4 crore is not enough. Let's make it 40 crore. This is deprivation. But there is possibility that someone may be earning 100 rupees a day and thinking that this 100 rupees a day is enough for the body. Prosperous. Because gradually, slowly we are developing this understanding that this physical facility and the happiness are the totally different things. Prosperity can come with the physical facility. But the happiness is the outcome of right understanding and right feelings within. So we have talked about the trust in the first session. In this session, we will talk on respect.
Sir, I have asked to the Didi yesterday, so only I think the incident happened before 2 days. I met a Didi who is in roadside. I have asked her, Akka, are you happy? And again, I have asked her, do you want to be happy? She didn't say yes or no. She just replied, I had my food 2 days before. So why should I think about the word happy? So that's what she is asking, I think.
Yeah.
So how we relate the word misunderstand or prosperity or something related to UHV to those people?
Yeah, so those people and we also are the coexistence of the self and body.
Yes.
Correct? The need of those people and the need of us are also same. They also need physical facility to nurture their body. We also need physical facility to nurture our body. We need right understanding and right feeling to make ourselves happy. They also need right understanding and right feeling to make them happy. So this need to be get communicated to all. Then only they will be able to develop their understanding. We will be able to develop our understanding. Very recently, 3 months ago, in IIT Kanpur, what's the name of the Didi who conducted course in IIT Kanpur? You remember? Okay. So there is a professor in IIT Kanpur. He has conducted this course for children, right? IIT student, human value course for 4 months. At the end of the 4 months, the student also had such sort of questions, right? When one of the students raised this question, see, this is what happens. I'm answering to your question and you're talking to her now. Didi, I'm answering to your question.
Sorry,
right?
sir.
So when we ask the question, it is our responsibility to listen to the answer. Okay? So in this course, few students have raised the question, the same questions, because on one side of the IIT Kanpur, there's a big slum. There's a big slum. And the children see this slum every day. So they say that you're talking about the prosperity to us. We come from well-off family. We have that prosperity. But how those people living in the slums? So Didi said that you go and talk to them and discuss them, right? Try and understand the earning pattern, try and understand their spending pattern and all those things. This all things is documented in IIT Kanpur, right? What was their observation, They went to one family and this gentleman was earning 300 rupees a day, living in the slum, right? Earning 300 rupees a day, living in the slum, spending 150 rupees every day on the drink. You are earning 300 and 50% you are spending on the drink. Why are you spending on the drink? Because somewhere down the line, you have assumed that the sensation which coming from the drink will make you happy. By drinking, you are trying to escape yourself. People say that I am having a lot of tension and that is the reason I am drinking. When you are consuming alcohol, does your tension gets vanished or it increases? Observe these things, right? The problems are going to increase with this habit. It's not going to minimize. The problems are not going to minimize. Then the student have understood that we need to take the content to these people. And one group of this IIT, they started organizing evening workshop with these people, living in the slum. So they are also developing this understanding. See whether the human being is living in a skyscraper, living in a slum, living in an independent bungalow or a rented house. Every human being wants to be happy. For every human being, right understanding and right feeling are the higher priority. Physical facility is the priority number 3. But this can be communicated through education only. So if we educate more, see the problem today, what is happening today. If you look at the worldwide production today, is 6 times more than the population of the world. The production of the food grains today is 6 times more than the population of the world. Okay, 6 times. The wastage we do every year, this wastage of the food is enough to feed 1,300 crore people in 1 year. Just with the wastage. What is the population today? Close to 800 crore. Right? So if we don't waste the food, without production, the whole world can eat for the 2 years. But at the same time, there are a lot of these slums. Now what do you think? Having these slums and there are people who are not having adequate physical facility, is this the issue of production? No. You start reading newspaper, pay an attention, sometimes you will get to read a news on the same page, left side, you will find that tons and tons of food is getting rotten in the storehouse. On the right side of the same newspaper, you will find that 100 people have died due to the hunger. So on the one side the food is getting rotten, other side the people are getting died out of the hunger. Is this the problem of transportation? Today, we have developed a transportation. We can transport the things from one corner to the another corner within 1 day, within 2 days, right? Maximum it takes like how many? 24 hours to go from one end to the another end of the earth, even if you go by aeroplane. So it's not a problem of transportation. Is this the problem of relationship? Is this the problem of relationship? If I feel related to, I will share. I was taking this prosperity class in my, with my children in the college. And after this prosperity class, I asked them to do a small project on it. we discussed few ideas. And the project came, the mini project idea came, that the boys and the girls, both together, they said that we will count the clothes today and we'll see that how many extra clothes we have. And whatever the extra clothes we have, we will share those clothes with the people. And then another idea had came. Why only clothes? Let us count our shoes, chappals, sandals, slippers, everything. In one class, this idea has begun. Next day, they have done this presentation, and while doing the presentation, they made it on nice Excel sheet, right? The name of the students, how many pairs of clothes they have, how many pairs of shoes they have. And one girl, she was presenting these things, and she said that, I never realized that I have 86 pairs of dresses, 86. But yesterday I counted, and I found that there are 86 pairs of clothes I have, and out of these 86 pairs of clothes, hardly I am using 10 pairs of clothes. 76 pairs of clothes, I am not being used those pairs of clothes for the past 2 years, 3 years, but they are still dumped in my cupboard, right? I'm not doing the right utilization of it. Similarly, then they have extended this activity to the different, because it was a residential campus, so in the different hostels, they went, they collected clothes, they collected shoes. They spent 1 week in washing those clothes, drying those clothes, ironing these clothes, whatever the torn shoes were there, they stitched those torn shoes, and one Sunday, they spent a complete Sunday, went to the different places where the people have less than their required physical facility. What is important for me, after this event, they did a presentation, and in their presentation, the conclusion was very important. The conclusion was, we went to this area and we felt that we are related with these people. So we have shared our physical facilities to fulfill our relationship. There was no donation. There was no charity word. The word was that they are related to us, we have more than, you are in the job as a brother in the family, and your other brother loses his job. What you will do? If you have this feeling of relationship, you will support. If you have feeling of opposition, you will do the party. Right? It depends on what sort of feelings you have. If you have jealousy, you will definitely celebrate that your brother has lost the job. But if you have a feeling of relationship, you will keep supporting your brother and brother's family till the brother gets the job. So whenever we talk about relationship is basically helping and nurturing other. Is this the problem of relationship? That there are some people living in our society having less than required things. And there are few people having much more than the required things, but still feel deprived. Is this the issue of education? Yes. This is the issue of education. That's the reason if we make this value-based skill education, then every batch of the students from year and year will start getting such sort of input. See, this is just the third day of the workshop. And the kind of sharing, you all are having. At least in the 3 days, those who are listening to the content and connecting content to your own self, relating, exploring within, are able to find out some problems and also able to find out some solutions. So if we take this activity of transformation within and transforming students very seriously, then such sort of problems will minimize. Of course, it is not going to be, all these problems will be solved in one go. It will take a time. What do you think that? Is it going to take time for you to develop or not? The same time, at least the same time, the other is required. If you need 10 years, the other also need 10 years. Okay? So shall I open respect? Yes.
Sir, my question is very simple. Is it possible to bring harmony or happiness in whatever we are above common man, if we are discussing, it is okay, I hope. If we are prosperous, we can sit together and we can discuss. But being a common man and below common man, and we know that India, 25% of the population of the globe population, if you see, 25% of the population will be coming from only from our country. And we have a feeling of insecurity. And in these conditions, is it possible to bring this happiness or prosperity in common man and below common man situation?
See, the issue is that the above common man also have the feeling of insecurity.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The above common man is also having this feeling of insecurity. The common man is also having this feeling of insecurity. The below common man is also having this feeling of insecurity.
But we don't have scale for that, but below common man and common man will feel more insecure than a prosperous man or...
Yeah, look into who are working hard to accumulate more and more, the wealthy or not wealthy?
Wealthy.
The one who has accumulated a lot of wealth, they are making more efforts to accumulate more and more. Okay? So this is not the problem of common man or below common man. This is the problem of every human being. Every human being falls either of these three categories because the human being is not able to understand the need of the wealth, the need of the prosperity, the need of the physical facility. So when we start having such sort of discussions, each one of them will understand. And the one who has accumulated a lot of wealth, they may share some part of the wealth to those who do not have enough. That sharing is possible, right? But why that sharing is not happening today? Why the exploitation is happening? Tell me, talk about this big corruption scam, the very big corruption scam. Who all are getting involved into this big corruption scam? The below common man or a top level man?
Top level.
Illiterate person or a very literate person? Okay? So we need to understand these things. What do we need to understand these things? As long as we are connecting our happiness with the physical facilities, we will keep accumulating more and more for us. But the moment we get this clarity that the physical facility is required just to fulfill the feeling of self-regulation, then the need of physical facility can be identified. And this is the solution.
And sometimes, sir, one more thing. This Russia and Ukraine war is, okay, it doesn't, indirectly it is affecting me. Suppose if I am going to a gold shop, if I am buying a gold, okay, that war is indirectly, it is influencing me. It's because electronic items cost will increase and gold will be increased, oil cost will be increased. You see that I have no way related to Ukraine or I have no way related to Russia or no way related to now even in Israel-Palestine issue. Indirectly they are influencing me with respect to my daily life. How can I get this harmony if continuously these things are happening? They are no way related. I cannot control them, but they are beyond my limit. If they are in my family or in my surroundings, in my area, I can control. But now I cannot control them.
See, for me, the Russia and Ukraine things are happening is also bothering. But you know what is affecting more is the fight happening between me and my wife. Me and my family member are not able to live with the feeling of relationship. That is affecting more. So at least I can provide some solution for that. And every family, if provides solutions for these things, then every nation will be happy and every nation will be able to see the relationship with the neighboring nation. So there will not be war between Russia and Ukraine in the future. We need to do something for that, right? Just by saying that the countries are fighting, okay, the countries are fighting. Why the countries are fighting? Do you want to fight or you want to live in peace? If I want to live, see, what is the meaning of country? The geographical boundary of the country, the material boundary of the countries are fighting with each other, or the people who are living in the countries are fighting with each other. The people living in the countries are fighting with each other. Only the Russian and Ukrainians are fighting with each other, or let me take it, just for the understanding. The Maharashtrian and neighboring state Gujaratis are also fighting with each other. Only the Maharashtrian and Gujaratis are fighting with each other, or the two districts of Maharashtra are also fighting with each other. Only the two districts of Maharashtra are fighting with each other, or the different talukas of that particular district of Maharashtra are also fighting with each other. Only the talukas are fighting with each other, or the two colonies are also fighting with each other. Only the colonies are fighting with each other, or the two neighbors are also fighting with each other. Only the two neighbors are fighting with each other, or those two people living in the same house, they are also fighting with each other. Only those two people who are living in the same house are fighting with each other, or that one individual, is he also living in the contradiction within? So that contradiction which is happening within an individual has to be resolved. And the tool to resolve that contradiction is the education. So if we start imparting education, the human education, then every individual will develop this right understanding and right feeling within. So every individual will be able to live a contradiction-free life, which means a harmonious life within. And if you are in harmony within, you will deal with harmony with every single person around you. And this is the solution. If this is the solution, then I need to take my responsibility to work and provide on this solution. And so what that responsibility would be? Number one, efforts for my development. Number two, participation in the societal development. Then only this is possible. Okay.
Hello, sir. So can you clarify the terms intention and doubt in intention, and how to know intention of others? Can you explain that with the help of an example, simple example?
See, example, right? I come from Maharashtra. Here, majority of the people are from Tamil Nadu. If I enter in this hall with a doubt and intention that because I am Maharashtrian, you are intentionally asking me a question. Right? The moment I would doubt on your intention, I will get irritated within. Not only irritated within, but I will start having this opposition, the feeling of opposition. Right? If this irritation is in me, if this opposition in me, I will lose my harmony. If I will lose my harmony, you will lose your harmony. So from 9 o'clock in the morning till 6:30 in the evening, in fact, day before yesterday, I observed not only this, but once I was conducting this workshop in Mathura College of Science and Technology near Agra, right? Raju Rai, Professor Raju Rai, he is the director there, he is still director. It was 8 days workshop. And every day, like he was observing something. On the 4th day, in the evening, he came to me and he said that we conduct seminars and workshops for the faculties. And our faculties, they are not willing to sit in the workshop for 4 hours. But you, from 9 o'clock in the morning till 6:30 in the evening, and nobody moves out of the hall. Everybody remains seated in the hall. In the other conferences, this thing is not happening. This is his one observation. His second observation was that at the end of the day, even at 6:30 when the faculty members, these participants moves out of this workshop hall, everybody looks very relaxed, happy. So what you are doing, basically, what you are doing. See, if instead of having this feeling of relationship, if we start interacting with each other with lots of opposition, what do you think that? Will you be able to continue till 6:30? No. Right? So this is an example of clarity on the intention. So when we go to the classroom, if we have doubts on the intentions of the student, they don't want to listen, they don't want to study, gone. You are not in harmony, and because you are not in harmony, you cannot take the class harmoniously. See, the teaching and learning, the human development, the self-development is possible only in the environment of relationship. If there is an environment of opposition, can you teach other person? Can you help other person? The same rule is applicable in the family, the same rule is applicable in the college too. So if you develop that environment of relationship with each other, then only you feel that connect, you feel related. Okay? So intention of everyone is same. That I want to make you happy, you want to make other happy. Doubt on the intention is basically when you reach to the conclusion that deliberately he or she is doing it. See, intention of everybody is good. Does it mean that everybody is good? Yes. No. Please make it sure. Otherwise, every moment you will meet an accident. Intention of every person is good. But to be a person good, you need to have that ability, the competence. When it comes to the ability part, when it comes to the competence part, there is a whole lot of preconditioning, there is a whole lot of sensations. If the 95% of our imagination roughly is governed by the preconditioning and sensation, how can we are good? We want to be a good. That is want, that's intention. Right? I have clarity on the intention of everybody. But you can check my bag. You will find there's a chain and a lock. Why do I carry a chain and a lock? Because in traveling in the train, if I slip, that the intention of everybody is good. And if I keep the bag, without lock. In the same bogie, if someone is traveling who have a preconditioning that earning physical facility without any laborious work. In the morning if I get up, my bag will be there? No. When you make program of living, you need to evaluate the competence of the other. You also need to evaluate the intentions of the other. There are a whole lot of sensation, and through these sensations we are trying to make ourselves happy. There are a whole lot of preconditioning, and through this preconditioning we are trying to make ourselves happy. I remember in the second week of February, I went back to Bhutan, when I was working there. And new semester, was going to start. So 2 days before I went, children started coming back to the college, rejoining the college. Our campus, like 3,000 plus students and faculty were there. A very small campus, deserted campus. The highway was going right in front of our administrative building. And the highway of Bhutan, where I was living, Gedu, hardly 20-25 vehicles will move in the whole day. That's the highway. The population is less, people are, less in number. So this bus came, and I was standing there in the market. Market, which means few shops, 3-4 vegetable shops. So there's a bus stop. So the bus came. I saw one of my girl students, right, my daughter. She came out of the bus, and she looked at me, and she started running towards me. The first thought was going in my mind. There is possibility that she must have missed me a lot. So that's the reason she started coming, She came, she hugged me, and she started crying. When she started crying, I thought some unpleasant thing must have happened in the family. And that's the reason, she started crying. I made her relax, and then later on I asked, what happened, beta? What has gone? Why are you crying? Everything is okay in the home. She said, everything is okay in the home, sir. Everything was okay till I started my journey from the home to the college. Then I said, what has gone in the journey? He said, when I entered inside the bus, there was someone, like my father, he was standing, sitting on the seat. So I thought sitting next to him. So I sat next to him, and then I was very tired. I slept. That girl, she has narrating these things. She said that, I was very tired and I slept. And then in between what I realized, the body of this gentleman is coming towards my body. Right? So she woke up and she saw that that gentleman's eyes were also closed. So she thought that, he is also sleeping, and sometimes, both the people are sleeping. It happens, right? You are traveling, you are driving. So she made herself on one corner, and then she sat, and again she fell asleep because she was very tired. And then she said that, sir, I realized later on, it's not only the body is coming, but his fingers were trying to touch my organs. So much of sensations, right? All these things are going in the imagination. How can you reach to the conclusion that everybody is good? Everybody is not good. I am not good. I am trying to be good. I want to be good. I want to be good, that is my intention. You want to be good, that is your intention. But the ability is different. So when we live the life in the family, outside the family, I don't know, I guess you must be aware, in our country, 60%, 60+%, the first sexual abuse happens in the home. 60%. And who all are there in the home? Father, real uncle, brother. It's not the human being, right? It's not that particular name of the relationship. It's human being. See, I am a human being, and I have these different roles to play. A father, husband. These are the different positions. But at the base of it, I am a human being. A human being gets operated with the imagination. Whatever is going in our imagination, it is going to be there in the behavior. It is going to be there in the behavior. So, in living, we need to evaluate the intention with others' intention. We also need to evaluate the competence with the other competence, and then we can make a program. The program is very successful. This is not blind believing that the intention is same. That's the reason I said that don't take it as an information. Keep exploring your natural acceptance is invariant or not. Keep exploring that you always want to make yourself happy or not. You always want to make other happy or not.
Sometimes the other person also needs the other person. I don't know whether they know their intention, whether he wants to make himself happy or he wants to make the other person happy, whether they are aware of the intention. That is also a question.
Yeah, and that is what, before breaking for the tea, that's what we discussed. If there are 5 people in the family, what will be the program of living? So the program of living will be the person with the higher competence will help other. So the person with the higher competence will help other to understand the purpose, others to understand their intention, others to understand their ability. But for us, it's very important, for every human being it's very important that the sort of preconditioning and sensations I have, similar preconditioning and sensation that the other person also have. At this particular point of time, whatever the preconditioning and sensation gets sensitized, it becomes stronger, that guides your imagination and it reflects into your behavior. That is the reason it's very important to be aware of our imagination every moment. So when you are aware of your imagination every moment, then only you will be able to catch that what sort of preconditioning or what sort of sensation is getting stronger at this particular point of time. And then only you will be able to evaluate with the natural acceptance whether this is naturally acceptable to you or it is not naturally acceptable to you. And this is the whole process of development.
Sir, everything starts with good intention, sir. As a teacher, for example, I'm telling, as a teacher, my intention is very good to teach. As a students, they are also very interested to learn. So in the beginning, everything was good. After 4 or 5 classes, they try to analyze who we are. Okay, what are the characters of this teacher? This teacher, some teachers are scolding, some teachers are not scolding. Okay, this teacher is a very jovial person, so he will permit us even when we are late, so he will not get angry. When we do some mistake also, he will not get angry. Suppose nowadays students are using mobile phone in the classroom itself, and okay, sir will look at us and he'll keep on ignoring us because he is teaching to the students who are listening to him. So we will do our work happily. Then they are thinking like that. Whereas in other teachers who are getting angry and scolding the students very strict enough, and they are maintaining that pin drop silent. Pin drop silent, we can expect that, in some places where the teacher are very strict and he is also teaching very well. I am not blaming him. But when we are also teaching well and we are also giving respect for their feeling, my intention is also good. Nothing is wrong with me and nothing is wrong with them also. But they are misusing our, we are taking care of, we are leaving them, without any anger. So in this situation, please tell me, how do we react with our...
Yeah, that's what for the past 10 minutes I was talking, right? What I said in the past 10 minutes, that intention and evaluation of the intentions of the other is okay. Like you are saying that your intentions are good, the student intentions are good. When it comes to the behavior, this is the part of ability, the competence. So what we need to do? We can focus on development of our competence and we can help our student to develop their competence.
Sir, how can we develop unconditional trust on others, sir?
Yeah. Ask this question to yourself. You want conditional trust or unconditional trust? You want me to trust you conditionally or unconditionally?
Unconditionally.
Right? See, this is interesting. When it comes to the other, when it comes to our expectation, I expect that the other should have the trust unconditionally. Right? What do you think? Each one of us need to have trust on you, or only some of us need to have trust on you? Everyone, right? See, what we want, that every single person, whether that person is known, unknown, stranger or familiar, need to have trust on me. This is what my expectation is, right? Do I have conditional or unconditional trust? Do you have trust on everyone or only few people? Do my feeling of trust always remain there or it's fluctuate? When you start looking into it, then you will find that many a times we look into the behavior of the other and doubts on the trust. Okay? So the trust issue, why these trust issues are happening? Because you directly look into the behavior of the other, whether the other is able to do it. If the other is not able to do it, no trust. Doing part is the competence part. What is the trust? Trust is the clarity on the natural acceptance. Trust is the clarity on the intention. So my intention is always to make myself happy. My intention is always to make you happy. It's the same thing with the other. The other is also wants to make himself happy and other is also wants to make me happy. This clarity is the trust. So once you have this clarity within, it remains unconditionally within. Okay?
Sir, actually he told about the teacher if it is strict. Actually, I heard that news. So during the emergency time, that Prime Minister Indira Gandhi period, so all the trains strictly followed the timetable. So there is no deviation even in minutes, but it won't happen in other times. So normally if we say train time means, we will assume if it is delayed by, it may be delayed by some half an hour or sometime 2 hours or something. But during the emergency period, so I think that the Prime Minister may not insisted, but as the emergency is saying strict in every conditions, that is why automatically the train, all the trains, that means the drivers and everyone, so they strictly followed the timetable. So that reflects the intention of the higher authorities. if the teacher is strict, mean the students are having some type of characters. If the teacher is liberal, again they are showing, they are reflecting some other characters. So second point is, after the tea break, so many discussion about the physical facilities. Even some members mentioned about the slum and others. So definitely I will say, sir, more people are below that poverty line, PBL, below poverty line. But it cannot be related to the happiness. If you ask some person with a below poverty line, they will say, I am having more happiness than the richest people. So for that, only I will tell one incident. In Ramakrishna Vijayam, so I read this article. In 1970s, 12 richest person, they have a meeting. So in USA, they are the owner of the cheap insurance company, automobiles, anything, 12 richest. So if we add their wealth, that time also, in 70s also, exactly mean in 1967 or something, that crossed the 60% of the USA yearly budget. The wealth is more than this. But what happened means, within 10 years, at least 6 members committed suicide. The another 2 members, due to the corruption, they went to the jail. So 2 or 3 members mentally affected. So why I am telling me, definitely physical facility, it won't add happiness. But the example is, I can say with the Bill Gates and others, they are giving as donation some part of, some percentage to the slum areas and others. Definitely, it will add happiness. So even in the yesterday also, you mentioned one thing. The celebrity, even though they have everything, car, bungalow, everything, family members, but still they are committing suicide. Yes, I am adding that point. The beggars, they want suicide. பிச்சைக்காரர்கள் தற்கொலை செய்து கொள்ளை. So we cannot see any incident that, so the beggars, they are committing suicide due to the lack of physical facility. That's why only thing is the feelings, relation. These two only important, not physical facility.
Okay, good. So shall we move on respect?
Yeah. Sir, one question.
Yes.
Yes. So when it comes to trust, we trust.
Yes, that IIT from Kanpur professor Veena Bansal, Professor Veena Bansal Dedi, she has conducted. Yes. Yeah.
We trust someone, and there will be a point that they break our trust. So how do we give, and we shut that, am I right? And we, and it takes some time for us to trust them again. So how do we develop on that?
Yeah, will there be any point where you don't want to make yourself happy?
No.
Will there be any point where you don't want to make yourself happy?
No.
Yeah. So the trust is not getting break up.
Okay.
What we are saying, breaking trust is again basically we are expecting some sort of behavior from the other, and the other is not able to behave accordingly. This behavior part is the part of the competence. So other lacks in competence, that is the reason he or she was not able to deliver. Right? So this is a lack of competence. Even when I do mistake, I don't want to do the mistakes. When the mistakes happens from me, I don't want to, right? But it happens. It's the same case with the other. The other also doesn't want to, but it happens. It's getting the clarity on what is the meaning of trust. The trust is to understand the natural acceptance is there, and the natural acceptance is invariant. So your want of making you happy is not going to break in the future. Your want of making others happy is not going to break in the future. This is trust. The trust is the clarity on the want. Doing things, behaving, living, this is all is the outcome of the ability and the competence. And there are a lot of issues, right? But when we understand that, things has happened or things has gone wrong due to the lack of ability, then that irritation would not come within us. We remain relaxed, we remain harmonious. And then we try to find out our role in making those things correct.